Hi. Hello, hello. I can never figure out the right height for this. Okay, so today we are doing Find Your Vanity episode 2, and the subject is who the fuck said harder is better? Struggle shaming is real because it is. It is actually real. We're going to get into it. In fact, we've actually started to dabble into this topic a little bit already. But I wanted to wait until today to fully actually get into a conversation about it. So if you're watching the playback, go ahead and skip to the portion of the video that you want to see. Check the description for some timestamps. And let's get into some housekeeping because, y'all, I stepped on the scale. I had not been on the scale in a couple of days. We were actually supposed to, hey Jen, we were actually supposed to talk about scale anxiety and weighing it, like being afraid of weighing in the other day, but then we got to talking about something else. Okay. But I stepped on the scale today. Hi GLP-1 Journey and Review. I hope you got my email. I'm sorry. I said one date and then realized it's gonna overlap with my farm animals. So I gave you another date and time in August. So let me know if that works. So I stepped on the scale today. I realized I hadn't stepped on in a few days. I had forgotten. Y'all, I lost 2 pounds. Or 3. Because I had made it back up to 189. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, that's 3. I lost 3 pounds. I don't even know where it went. I don't know when it went. I don't know where it went. I don't know how it went. And in fact, we're going to get into a couple of things that I think I did right and improved upon. But I wasn't watching. I wasn't paying attention. Does that mean my logic of stepping on the scale every day is like flawed? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm actually going to keep stepping on every day. I just happen to forget to weigh in. Hi, Rita. You're right. There's a lot of pride in I got it out the mud. Yet that phrase is competing with the soft life is like, which is it? Oh, Rita, you are so ahead of the game. You are ahead of the conversation. I mean, you're not even ahead of it. You're like right where you need to be. Listen, this can either be really, really short or it can be really, really long, depending on how we get into it. So I've been trying to get closer to like the 2 hour mark instead of 3 hours, but we're going to talk today. We're just going to have to talk today. I'm actually making my breakfast now. I started out, so let me finish up with the housekeeping and then we'll get into the topic. So I stepped on the scale and I lost 3 pounds. Now, typically, because I weigh in every day, I will see like half a pound to a pound at a time, maybe 3/4, like somewhere between half a pound and a pound. And it's rare that I'll step on the scale and just see like a 2 to 3 pound drop. I can't tell you the last time I actually stepped on before today. So I don't know. Oh no, what's today? Friday? I weighed in. Hi, Kat. I weighed in on, when did we do our weigh in? Did we do it Monday or Tuesday? I forget. But I weighed in this week at 189 because I talked about being up 1 pound, which would have just put me back where I started the challenge at. So I was bouncing back and forth between 189 and 188. And I ended off this week, or I started off this week at 189. I stepped on this morning. Now, mind you, I stepped on a different scale this morning. I stepped on the scale at the house and it said 186. I said, the devil is a lie. I thought I was like imagining it because it was like I had just happened to step on when I got up to go to the bathroom at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was just like, oh, I hadn't stepped on the scale in a while. So I stepped on it and it said 186. And I'm like, when did I lose 3 pounds? So now I stepped on my scale and yes, it says 186. So y'all, I'm a little like flabbergasted and discombobulated, all of the words, all of the things, because I was not prepared. Like we started this challenge 2 weeks ago, well, 2.5 weeks ago. We're now in week 3 and we'll be finishing up week 3 on Monday. And I hadn't lost any weight. And then suddenly out of nowhere, I'm 3 pounds down. Let me tell y'all what I did that actually I feel like made a difference. So I did the video about newsflash is non-negotiable. And I talked about certain things that we should not be setting to the side the way we don't set aside taking a shower or brushing our teeth, excluding if you're suffering from some sort of mental or emotional or mood disorder or anything like that, sometimes those things can keep you from like keeping up with your hygiene. But just on a day-to-day basis, we keep up with those things as if it's as a part of us as breathing. Yet we treat other things as optional, like rest, hydration, exercise, and being accountable for ourselves. Well, we had that conversation and I got to work. So I've been hydrating. I finally started traveling with my Stanley. Well, now that I don't have an apartment anymore, I don't have a choice. I have to travel with it. So I've been working on the hydrating, which I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard because it's hard to hydrate when I'm not thirsty. I'm really just not thirsty. Like I'm really not, but I make sure that I'm sipping on my water throughout the day. I'm still doing this thing where I'm not drinking water as soon as I wake up. So I got to work on that. I should have had my Stanley by my bed last night, but I didn't. That's typically how I do it when I was, that's how I would do it when I was back home. In fact, I left my Stanley, I think I left it in the car for like the whole first day. And then I took it out of the car the second day and I still wasn't really using it. So anyway, the point is I've been doing better with my hydration. It's been a little, I'm starting late in the day, later than I would like. So I'm starting my hydration around like 11 or 12, which is like terrible, instead of starting it at 7 when I get up. I'm getting up in the morning and I'm not eating or drinking anything, not even coffee. So I gotta work on that, but it has been better. Secondly, I've been getting more calories. So I spent the first 2 weeks mostly eating out, but even when I would eat out, I would only eat like once a day. So I don't think that I think I might have been under eating for the first 2 weeks. But as of this week, like yesterday I made sure, and I wasn't hungry, y'all. My satiety is back. Woo! I was starting to doubt the 7.5. Y'all see how short I am? Hold on, let me show y'all something real quick. Because I have on shoes, orthopedic shoes that give me a little bit of height. Look at this. I took one off. I feel like that's a big difference. Okay, anyway. So I yesterday I made sure I cooked and I ate, and I even snacked a little bit. I snacked on some cheese, ham, and pretzels. I had yogurt. I had a little bit of popcorn, but I had a protein shake. I had my fish and French fries that I had made. So I ate a good amount yesterday is my point. And I think that that helped as well. Not to say I lost 3 pounds in one day. Had I been weighing in every day, I'd be able to tell you. But since I've been here and I've been able to pretty much stay on top of my food, I've been eating more. So I've been working on my calories and I've been working on my hydration and my sleep. Okay. So the day that I got here, because we talked about rest being non-negotiable. So we've covered hydration as a non-negotiable. Let's get into rest. So the day that I traveled here, I had a full day. I left one house sit and had to go home and pack up the rest of the stuff in my apartment. So I was tired, I was sweaty, and then I had to drive here, which was 3 hours away. I took the day off from work because I was exhausted, and I went to sleep early for the first time in like weeks. I went to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I got rest. I got rest, y'all. I'm killing my non-negotiables, okay? I got rest. I've been accountable with my calories. I got my rest and my hydration. So I also think that that helped as well. The only thing that the jury is still out, not jury is still out, but the only thing that I haven't done to the extent that I would like is the exercise. So I have been exercising, but not to the capacity that I would like. So I still have to work on the exercise. But this is a good thing because we got about a week and a half left in this challenge. And I thought I was going to end this challenge this month with no weight loss at all, which would have been, I mean, it would have just been like, okay, well, what can you do? Do better next time. But having 3 pounds off, if I get at least 1 more pound off, that will be a successful month. 4 pounds in a month is success. Although we want to lose weight faster being on the GLP-1. I get it. Closer to about 2 pounds per week. My goal was 10, which is aggressive, but I don't think I'm going to make it to 10 in the next week and a half. If I lose 7 pounds in the next week, there must have not been a carb in sight. Not a sugar in my coffee, not a piece of dairy, not a nothing. Like I must have just gone keto for the last week and a half if I lose 7 pounds in 1 week. Okay, and that would also make me a little bit concerned about my muscle. But that's pretty much it. My appetite is back because I had a decently high protein and fat day yesterday. A pretty well, it wasn't even low carb. I was probably at moderate carb, but I definitely my protein and my fat was higher yesterday, so I was satiated. I was satiated to the point of really not wanting to eat anything for dinner, but I still made sure I snacked on something that was protein, high in protein and fat, which was the cheese, the ham, and then the pretzels were just there because I wanted the pretzels. All right. So that's pretty much it for my housekeeping. I just wanted to give that update. I had no intentions on coming on here talking about me weighing in, but y'all, I'm down 3 pounds and I just wanted to share that. Okay. So let me know how you're doing. I think I missed a comment. Hold on. I don't think of rest as optional. I go to a 9 a.m. Zumba class on most Sundays, but if I sleep through it, I don't repeat it because that means my body truly needed the rest. I had to change my mindset. Absolutely. I agree. I do treat rest as optional, but I'm working on it, which is why I took the day off from work. I needed a day off. I'm always moving. I'm always busy. I was tired. Like I just needed the day. And then there's some family stuff going on. Like, oh God, like my boyfriend has to travel for a funeral and it's just like the worst. It's like the worst thing in the freaking world right now. So mentally, emotionally, and physically, I'm just beat. I'm tired. And that doesn't mean I get to make excuses and no longer be accountable. Right? Right. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into this struggle shaming because I really liked Rita's comment about there's a lot of pride in get it out the mud. Yet that phrase is competing with soft life. Rita. I don't want to make this a racial thing, but I'm this close to saying like, I feel like black people are doing this. The whole get it out the mud versus soft life. But I don't want to make it a racial thing because not only black people watch my channel. So I'll try to, I'll try to keep it general. But I will just say this. What? Do y'all see this message? I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's real. I can't tell if I'm being trolled or not. Hold on. It looks fake, right? Let me put it on subscribers only because even YouTube can get around subscribers only. That's the real way to tell. Hold on. Hold on. That's what y'all get for playing with me. Now subscribe for 20 minutes. Now, if it really is YouTube, they'll be able to comment whether or not I have it on subscribers only. Okay? That's how we're gonna find out if that's really YouTube or not. Because because YouTube wouldn't warn you. They'll just end the stream. Like YouTube, if a video gets reported, YouTube will come in and they'll check to see whether or not they got to end the stream. And typically when that happens, if a lot of people are like reporting at once, which I don't think is happening, but it'll start to glitch and lag and stuff like that because YouTube is constantly like popping in to check. But they're not gonna send you. I don't think they're gonna send you a message saying, "Hey, reply to this." So if they want to end the stream, they can just end it. Why would they warn you first? If they want to strike you, they're just gonna strike you. Why would they warn you? They don't warn you like that, like in the middle of the live. I don't think so. I've never seen it. But like I said, if that's really YouTube, they can go ahead and end it. Y'all make sure, and this is what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all follow me on other social media platforms at Vanity Reigns or It's Vanity. just in case, because stuff like that really does happen. Channels do get struck, and then the content creator can't give updates to let you know what's going on. They just kind of go, it has a fake wrench. I did see that. I saw the gray wrench. I'm like, so YouTube needs a wrench? Now you just ruined it for everybody. Now everybody got to subscribe for 20 minutes before they can comment. Like, I want to get to, eventually I'm going to get to the point where I'll just, like, there'll be so, probably, I'll get to the point where there'll be so many people in the chat where, like, the trolls will get buried. So I don't have to put it on subscribers only. But yeah, hold on. Let me, all right, let's do that. Change it to 1 minute. And if people start acting up, I'll change it back. All right, so I gotta sit down. I'm in the middle of cooking, but my hips are starting to bother me a little bit, just a little bit. Nothing to quite be alarmed about. I think it's just a matter of like the steroid wearing off. So I still have to address the actual tendonitis, right? Like, just because I took the steroid isn't the cure to the tendonitis. Physical therapy is. The steroid addressed the inflammation to help with the pain, but that's not a long-term fix. So I got my bacon done. I was gonna make some eggs, but I'm gonna go sit down for a minute because my hips hurt a little bit. They hurt a little bit. My knee is bothering me too. Hold on, let me put this away. And then we can get into struggle shaming. Who's that? Hi, Jetta. Okay. So, oh God, I feel old. Oh God, it hurts. Is there a light over here? Not really. All right. So here's the thing, right? The whole point of this topic is to try to work toward removing some of the stigma behind GLP-1s, right? And so to be honest, to have, oh, that's not that. Okay. To have an honest conversation. Hi, cat, move. Okay. That doesn't really help much, but all right. To have an honest conversation, hey, Beauty in London, about the stigma and about how people feel about it, right? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's feelings really matter except your own, if you're on a GLP-1 or not. But sometimes I think about the people that are interested. I've actually talked about this before. There are people that are interested, but they're afraid of the backlash of taking the easy way out, right? Because you're supposed to get it out the mud. You're supposed to do it the hard way, right? And I think when it comes to being overweight or obese, and when it comes to being overweight and obese, hold on, give me a second. When it comes to being obese and pharmaceuticals, like when it comes to health conditions, obesity is the one that you're never supposed to like seek pharmaceutical help for. Can we agree on that at least? Can we at least agree on that? That's the main one. Like I can't, like if you have high blood pressure, oh yeah, sure, take a pill. If you have migraines, sure, take a pill. You got a common cold, sure, take a pill. Mood disorders, sure, take a pill. I think mental health has come around because I wanted to say that like mental health is probably the other thing where people feel like you should struggle on it. Like you should struggle through it on your own, or some people don't even feel like it's real. Like they feel like people don't really have mental problems, just toughen up. You know what I mean? But I think the whole mental health field has like come around to taking people's concerns and conditions seriously enough to provide them with treatment, with or without medication. But if you take medication, if there is a stigma behind taking medication for mental health issues, but somewhat like people wouldn't tell you necessarily not to take it and to do it the natural way. Like people wouldn't say like, oh, I take it. Like if you say, you know, hypothetically, oh, I take antidepressants. People wouldn't be like, okay, but like just do it the natural way. Like go outside, get some sunlight. Like you'll be fine. I think for the most part these days people won't say that, but correct me if I'm wrong. But when it comes to weight loss or being overweight, it's like you are less than, like to the extent of like being worth less than the bottom of somebody's shoe if you medicate to help with your weight. And I wonder why that is. Now, I'm not one to throw around phobic terms. Fat phobic, this phobic, that phobic, phobic. No, I think I can make my point without doing all of that. I have heard the argument be made by some people that are just clearly in a victim mindset. Like let's think fat acceptance movement, body positivity gets co-opted. Hi reindeer, have a good day at work. They take very real concerns and turn them into a victim mindset, right? So they'll say, oh, if you feel X, Y, and Z way, you just don't like fat people. You just hate fat people. You're fat phobic, right? But there's a real, I never thought that was real. Like people disliking fat. I've been fat my whole life. And I promise y'all, like other than a little bit of bullying as a kid, I never really thought that disliking a person because of their weight was real. Do y'all feel that? Like, I mean, I think it's real now and I'm going to explain why. And it goes into the struggle shaming. But have y'all ever felt that way? Like, have y'all felt throughout your life like, oh no, there's people that really don't like people that are overweight. There's real life people like that. Like they will treating you differently, sure. And we got to get into that too. We got to get into that too, being treated differently. But as far as like, just really having disdain for. Hi, Michelle. I never thought that was real. And now since being on a GLP-1 and hearing some of the things that people have said, doctors and regular folk alike, Kitty, stop scratching stuff up. Cat. Pepsi. I don't know what you're looking at, but there's... Oh, she's fighting a piece of thread. Well, okay, have fun. No. Okay, Jen, so it's not just me. I never felt like that was real. I feel like it's real now. But not in the way that people think. Not in the way that like, oh, if you're like people will take it to the extreme. Like, oh, if you're unattracted to someone that's overweight, you're fat phobic. Oh, if you don't want to be fat, you're fat phobic. Oh, if you feel like being overweight is unhealthy, you're fat phobic. No. I ain't talking about that. Guys, you got your notification set, Michelle. So here's where I start to feel like, okay, maybe this is a little real. So remember the doctor that we reviewed where he's just like, this is fundamentally like to our core wrong. It is wrong to treat weight issues with medication. Why would somebody feel like this is fundamentally wrong if they simply just don't have a bias toward overweight people, right? So I don't think that this is overt. I think it's like subconscious. Like if you ask them, they're gonna say no, right? They'll be like, no, I don't have a problem with fat people at all. But when you get into the details, right? Like if you start having a conversation, or you kind of pick their brain about their views, which is not even necessary because like, honestly, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? But let's just talk about it. People like that doctor that really felt like there's something fundamentally wrong with treating weight with medication, even though the exact same medication is used for diabetics, but he's not alarmed about the diabetics. He's only alarmed about the overweight people. It's like, okay, so what's your beef with overweight people? It's kind of given you got a little bit of disdain up in there somewhere for like fat people. Like, are you okay, sir? Are you okay? Like he was really like this is gonna go wrong, and God willing, I'll be proven right, and we should just not be doing this, and this is the biggest mistake the medical field has ever made, and it was very dramatic and fear mongering, and it's like. Sorry, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to sell my bed frame. Oh my God. I did not want to have to throw it away. Oh. Oh, you're watching? Yes, they're downstairs. They'll be up there in a minute. She's just waiting on her brother to bring the tools, but they're downstairs. Okay. So I was just about to text you. That's what I was like. Anyway. All right. So I feel Tammy says, I feel the bias and dislike is real concerning. Tammy, it's real. Like, we need to talk about this, okay? Like, it is, I like, had someone said this to me 6 months ago, I would have been like, I don't really think so. I would have been like, I don't really think, like, people have a problem with fat people. I think that's in, like, overweight people's heads because you want you want everybody to like you. You want everybody to approve of your weight, Lizzo, okay? When you don't even feel completely confident in yourself, you want to force everyone else to be confident for you. Like, you know what I mean? You're outsourcing your confidence. That's what I would have said. And I still feel that about those groups, like that group of people. But no, the bias is real. Like, people do not feel like you should have help with your weight outside of a personal trainer and a diet plan. That's it. Those, hi Tanya, those are your only options. A personal trainer, or figure out the workouts yourself, and a dietitian, nutritionist, anybody that will help with the food. Eat less, move more. Eat less, move more. How have we been brainwashed into believing that those are the only routes to success? And that if we even entertain the idea of a pharmaceutical to assist, that's just plain wrong and you didn't earn it. Now, we all know, I haven't figured out a way to really bring this home. We all know that when you get on a GLP-1, you actually have to do work. We know that. We know that, but like, there's a lot of people that don't know that. Like, we've talked about it, reading comments in support groups and stuff like that, seeing it on TikTok. I've done a couple of reviews on it. So we know. Oh, thank you, Tanya. So how do I put this? Okay. We know that we got to put in work, but we can't. Other people are not convinced because of the media coverage surrounding weight loss drugs, right? So the second someone finds out that, like, the second Ozempic, let's just use, we're all on tirzepatide here, I believe. If you're on semaglutide, no problem. If you're not on any GLP-1, no problem. We love everybody here. Only I'm allowed to judge, okay? I'm judging you. No, I'm just kidding. But so for the most part, we're on tirzepatide, Zepbound, Mounjaro, compound tirzepatide, all of that. But let's just use Ozempic as the catch-all for GLP-1s because that's the most familiar name, right? So the second that someone hears, like, by the way, Ozempic got some fire marketing because, like, a lot of people don't even know what Zepbound and Mounjaro. I mean, a lot of people do know, but the average person that's not on it, they're only gonna know Ozempic. You know what I mean? People that are on one or the other will know both, but people that aren't on the GLP-1, they're gonna automatically think Ozempic. Okay. That's why I'm using Ozempic as the catch-all. So the second Ozempic comes up in conversation or someone hears about it or whatever, there's anger. There's anger. I'm not like, okay, if anybody feels like I'm reaching or maybe not quite hitting the point, let me know. But these people real life be angry. Like, especially if they've been thin their whole life. There's no division here. We like the thins, we like the thicks, we like the in-betweeners. Okay, we like the slim thicks. We like everybody over here. Okay, except Lizzo. We don't like her. But we like and Jaclyn Hill. But we don't, okay, I mean, where are we on Jaclyn Hill? Are we neutral on Jaclyn? We definitely don't like Lizzo, but are we neutral on Jaclyn? Or do we not like Jaclyn? I don't know. But everybody else we like. We just don't like them, okay? But people get mad. Like, people get mad when you start talking about weight loss drugs, Ozempic. Like, they get upset because it's like, I don't understand why you can't work for it. Well, I'm working for it. Like, and then it's like I don't really get into these debates in real life because I haven't talked to enough people about it. So if I did come across a person that was just like, oh, why didn't you just do it the natural way? Then yeah, I would. I mean, I got time. I got time. Like, we could talk about it. But because I'm going to ask you, like, well, what does the natural way mean? You know, like, work out, change your diet. What makes you think I didn't work out and change my diet? What makes you think that? Did you ask me if I did that? Okay, so if you did that, why are you taking a weight loss medication? Maybe that should have been your first question, you know, instead of making assumptions. Okay. So anyway, and now to be fair, I do think that there was a lot of promotion of not having to work out and not having to change your diet. There was a lot of promotion of that, but that's TikTok promotion. If you look on other, like if you go to other resources of information outside of TikTok, then you know that in reality, you have to do actual work to lose weight on this medication, because even if you do nothing and you have success in the beginning, it'll stop. Your body will stop. You will not get to where you're going at all. Period. Point blank. No. And if you do get there, you have no muscle. You have no muscle. And if you think that that's, I was going to say cute, but I don't want to make it sound I'm judging people's looks. But if you think that that's healthy and productive to not have any muscle, then sure. Live your best healthy life without any muscle. Okay, great. If you think being, you know, 130 pounds or 120 pounds of, and I'm not weight shaming, right? Because I'm trying to get down to 140, potentially 130. My ideal weight is like 125, but I don't think I want to go that low. So I'm not weight shaming, but what I'm saying is like muscle matters. Muscle is important, right? Okay. So excluding those people that promote, oh, I didn't have to do any work. I didn't have to work out. I didn't have to change my diet. I ate whatever. Jaclyn Hill eating a burger with the semi-glutides shot in her hand. Yeah, her, people like that. So I need to stop reading the comments. Michelle says this girl on YouTube talks about how she did nothing and lost 168 pounds and she is healthy. Are you telling me she's healthy, or are you telling me she says she's healthy? Let me go get my bacon. I guess I'm not gonna. I guess I can make the eggs real quick. I guess I can make them real quick. And do we need to review her videos or a video? Maybe some people don't have to. Sorry, give me a second. She's so excited about this bed frame. Okay, I'm sorry. She's like really excited about it. Motherfucker. I don't know why I didn't just hide you the first time. Oh, this is all hearsay. Okay. Yeah, so let me get to these eggs real quick. Well, the reason I was asking was okay, you said some people don't have to. Michelle, do I want to go down this rabbit hole? Do we want to segue real quick? Yeah, send me her channel. I'm not trying to like, you know, pick on her or anything. But okay, let me just clear something up real quick. Let me just clear something up real quick about the need to work out, because workout is a catch-all for any type of exercise. But when I'm talking about being on a GLP-1, oh, her vids are triggering. You know who she's talking about? Okay. Well, I mean, you know how I do. We can review it. I try to be as fair as possible. You know, I got some energy behind it, but I try to be fair with my video reviews. But here's the thing, right? When we talk about being on the GLP-1 and why I stress exercise, I feel like you should move your body in general, but I'm specifically talking about weight training most of the time because you will lose your muscle. It just is what it is. And cardio is not going to help you preserve your muscle. Doing nothing is not going to help you preserve your muscle. So to a person, I'm not gonna say she's not healthy. I don't know her. And I'm also not gonna say that there's no way she lost 168 pounds without working out, because plenty of people lose over 100 pounds without working out. So I'm not saying you need extra. I don't believe in exercising for weight loss. I've said this in other videos, so let me just reiterate it now. I don't believe in working out for weight loss. Can it aid? Sure, but is it high up on the totem pole? Not really. I believe in working out for your overall health, longevity, and preserving your muscle. That's what I'm talking about. So when we talk about being on a GLP-1, I do think exercise is a non-negotiable. I do. I do, because it's a part of building healthier habits. Now, what exercise you choose is up to you, but I emphasize weight training because you have to do everything you can to preserve and even build upon your muscle, because there's no way you lose 100 pounds and don't lose muscle. There's no way you lose 30 pounds and don't lose any muscle if you're not working out. So if she lost over 150 pounds and didn't work out and she's proud of that, good for her. I would like to review the video, like one of her videos, and see what she's actually talking about. But good for her. Would I recommend that? No. Is that something to necessarily brag about? If she feels like it is, I like, I didn't work out the whole time on my GLP-1 journey because I was in and out of the gym. Like, I would get momentum and I would stop. I would get momentum and I would stop. So it's been a roller coaster for me, but I don't brag about losing 50 pounds, 55 pounds now with no effort. That's not like when you're teaching people. Okay, not everybody's on YouTube to teach. Some people are just on YouTube to talk about their story or whatever. But like when people are watching you for guidance, it's not a flex to brag about zero effort. Like, I'm team make life easier, but I'm not team don't even try. Because that's not going to work for most people. It may have worked for her, and her definition of healthy may be different from mine, but that's not something that's going to work for most people. Okay. So I'm not saying exercise is needed to lose weight, but when we specifically talk about, like, a GLP-1 is not needed to lose weight. But since we are on GLP-1s, I think it's important to prioritize being physically active. Hold on. I'm like grabbing a pan while it's still somewhat hot. It wasn't hot enough to burn me, but I scared myself because it was a little warm. Okay. So segue over. If you send me her channel, Jen, I'll look at it. But I would disagree with the whole not working out thing. But whatever. I know I had to work out hard at working out on this Zepbound weight loss journey. I'm trying to sculpt and tone my body. I also work hard at getting my daily protein to build my muscles. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Lex. You like her channel? Let's see. Maybe I'll like it too. I like. Oh my gosh, I had my first vegan experience today. Where's Taisha? I need to tell her about it. But it's actually pretty goofy. But just like, I can like channels of people that I disagree with. Like, I could totally and I'm assuming I'm gonna disagree, but I could be wrong. I could probably totally understand what she's saying, and I might like her channel. I may not. I won't know until I see. Why are you still on Zepbound? Manjaro starter kit after losing 183 pounds. I need to gain 10 pounds. I lost half my body weight. I would need one talking about I didn't do anything. I would need one talking about I didn't work out. How I lost 176 pounds on Manjaro with pictures. How did you do it? Let's see. Maybe.
I went from 365 pounds to 189 pounds without the gym. My goal weight is 199. I hit my goal weight October 2024. And now I have surpassed my goal weight by 10 pounds. I now weigh 189 and I am now at surgery weight. So the goal and the plan is to get surgery, get my loose skin removed, maybe a little breast reduction, tummy tuck, and an arm lift. And I'm going to tell you how I got here.
We're going to listen to this real quick. Hi, Teddy. We're going to listen to this real quick because I'm curious. I'm going to speed it up. So if it sounds too fast, I'm sorry. You can just go to the channel and watch the video yourself. It's called How I Lost 176 Pounds on Manjaro. And I did hear her say without the gym. So I'm curious. Let's try to get a few minutes into it and see what she's talking about while I make my eggs. So I need like 3 minutes to make my eggs. So I'm going to just let this play.
Zepbound with pictures. So I started off September 16, 2022 at 365 pounds. When I started, I was 5'5", standing tall, and now I currently weigh 189 pounds, and I am 5'4", standing tall. So I'm going to show you guys pictures of before my Manjaro journey. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you guys pictures during my journey, and then I'm going to show you guys pictures of technically after, which would be now, at the end of my journey. I'm still on Manjaro / Zepbound to Zepbound, but
can y'all hear it?
I've actually surpassed my goal weight by 10 pounds. I am now at surgery weight. So I am at a healthy surgery weight, and I am at a healthy BMI. I do believe I'm still considered overweight, but that's better than being considered morbidly obese. I did not lose my weight in the gym. You are going to see some pictures that may be deceiving, okay? But if you see a picture or if you see multiple pictures of me in the gym, I did not work out. Sometimes I would do like a little 20-minute stroll here and there. I just want to put that out there. What I consider going to the gym is consistent 3, 4, 5 times a week at minimum or maximum. I would go to the gym once a month. Once a month. So if you see these pictures, these are literally from once a month. I would go to the gym to be supportive, to walk on the treadmill here and there, and that's it. So let's talk about it. I started Manjaro because I had developed high blood pressure. And at the time, my high blood pressure was so bad, I started losing my vision. I went to fainting, passing out at work. I had to be rushed to the emergency room. Once I got there, I was evaluated, assessed, I was discharged. I was sent to follow up with my primary doctor. When I followed up with my primary doctor, he was like, hey, I think that you should start this medication. It's going to get your blood pressure under control. You might also lose a little bit of weight as a side effect. I was like, okay. I didn't know anything about Manjaro when I first started. Manjaro was not all the hype that it is now. There was nothing. There was no commercials. There was no nothing that told me what Manjaro was. I Googled it. It was very less information. Like very, very, very little information about Manjaro on Google when I first started. So I did what everybody does. I went on social media. I went on TikTok. I looked it up. I found one girl. She was very informative. And then I just kind of went with it.
Let me get past this.
Protein bars. And anything that I really could get that had protein in it. I would pack a bag for work, and I would put all of my snacks in it. It honestly truly felt like I was eating all day. So are now chicken, vegetables, and rice. Back then it was chicken, white rice, and broccoli.
She's getting into a lot of stuff that I don't feel like listening to right now, but I will go back. I will go back and listen to it after this stream. But yeah, she did say without the gym, but then also said she went to the gym a couple of times. So now I'm kind of like, she didn't say she didn't work out. So I gotta listen to the full video. She said she did it without the gym. That don't mean she didn't walk. That don't mean she didn't do yoga. That don't mean she didn't work out at home. So I have to watch the video to really see if she's really selling zero exercise or zero gym. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Kudos to her. It's not something that I would necessarily recommend, but probably she sounds like she probably has some good content. So I'll go back and listen to it after this. Okay, so let's get back to the actual topic of struggle shaming. And sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm selling furniture, getting phone calls, making bacon and eggs. It's Friday. I ain't got to work. So I'm a little bit all over the place. I think the more I hear people's stories, the more I realize there is a fat bias When I see doctors against it or fitness wellness influencers against it, also confirms it when they speak with so much hate. Oh, I lost half my body weight. Okay. I don't know if it's hate, but it's definitely anger. I don't know, because I can't think of one single group of people that, like, the decisions that they make in their life make me mad. Think about this, people. Think about this. I cannot think of one. Don't come over here because I'm not giving you none. I'm not giving you none. No. There's not one single group of people I can think about, like, I don't get why they do that way. I don't like that they do that. Like, and it truly, like, affects me, other than people that lie about enjoying being obese. I'm going to go on the record right now and say, people that say they are enjoying and prefer to be obese. Now, outside of, like, people that do it for money, right? Because there are some people that are obese because they make money off of, like, eating and stuff like that. So even them, some of them are, like, not happy with their lives. But like Lizzo, okay, we're gonna keep using her because we don't like her. People that promote obesity as a better way of living or the way to live, I don't believe them people. I don't believe them. I don't believe that they're truly happy with all of that weight on their body. Why would they be? It's painful. It's painful being fat. I'm talking about my hips right now. I'm still 70 pounds overweight. It hurts. It's painful. So, y'all, sidebar. That is a good motherfucking egg. Oh my God, let me stop cursing. I'm sorry. That's a good egg. For those that don't know, I'm house sitting and got some chickens that lay eggs daily and some goats and all of that. So these eggs are pasture raised. Like the chickens just laid them, like, in the past couple days. It's good. It's a good egg. It's a good egg. Okay. Anyway, so what I want to get into is, where does that bias or that attitude comes from of, like, you don't get to get help, fat person. Yeah, the person with diabetes, the person with high blood pressure, the person with an STI, yeah, they get help. They get prescription, they get pharmaceutical help. But you, fat person, you don't get help. Because why should you get help? Eat less, move more. Why should you be able to take a shot or a pill and then be skinny? This shouldn't be about being skinny, but, I don't mind being a little vain over here. Like, I'm not aiming for skinny, but in case somebody is, it's okay. It's okay to be a little vain. It's okay. In fact, the video that Reindeer sent me, Reindeer, did you watch the whole video? He said the magic words. He said they're not doing it for health. They're doing it for vanity. Ooh. He said my name. He said the V word. He totally did. He said the V word. Vanity. Oh my gosh. They're doing it for vanity. And it's like, okay, but why do you care? Like, right? Because obviously we all want to be healthier. And a part of, like, why can't being healthier, looking and feeling better go together? Why can't they go together? Why is it one or the other? And why is there so much more respect put on, like, how you lose your weight, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't struggle with that. I immediately started to, when I found out about compound tirzepatide and Manjaro and all of that, it took me about a day and I was, like, convinced. I didn't care. Since starting it, though, have I had moments of being like, I really don't want people to look at me like I cheated, or, like, I don't want people to not respect my weight loss. Have I had moments like that? Yes. Did they last long? No, because I don't care. I wish I would struggle to be at a healthy weight because of what somebody else gonna say. I wish I would. I wish I would. I wish I would. Okay? It's not only skinny people that say this. It's not only fat people that say it. It's people. People that are actively not trying to lose weight, whoever they are, they're the ones saying, like, that's cheating or the easy way out. So who the fuck said that struggle was better. Who said I gotta get my ideal weight out the mud? I mean, the fact that I gotta make sure I get enough protein in a day when I don't even feel like eating, to me, that's getting it out the mud. The fact that I have to be accountable for my hydration and my sleep, that's getting it out the mud to me, because I would have to do those things with or without a GLP-1. To me, that's getting it out the mud. And it's not easy. It's easier, but it's not easy. It's not the easy way. But let's just say I give you credit. Like, let's just say I give people that argument of it being the easy way. Who the said it gotta be hard? Like, where are y'all getting that from? Who said that? Yes, vitriol. Definitely vitriol. Who said it gotta be hard? And why are we the only ones? And this is not a victim mentality. I implore anybody to answer the question. But why are we the only ones that are shamed, that are struggle shamed, meaning like, oh, you didn't struggle, so you didn't earn it. For example, right? Let's think about outside of the health field. Let's go to finances, right? This is where this is really prevalent, this attitude. Think about nepotism. And essentially being born, potentially, for lack of better words, with a silver spoon in your mouth. Or if not necessarily a silver spoon, being born with more resources than the average person. And being looked at like, you didn't earn that, so it don't count for nothing. And it's just like, now I know there is a huge reputation around people being born into money and being spoiled and ungrateful and nasty. And that has everything to do with how they were raised. That ain't got nothing to do with the money. I am team get and make as much money as you possibly can to secure your future and your financial freedom. I ain't financially free, but I'm trying to be. And I'm not ashamed of that. Just like I'm trying to be free of obesity. But let's stay on the financial track real quick. The whole get it out the mud mentality typically aims more toward getting money, right? Typically aims more toward getting money. Like, oh, you didn't work for it, so you don't deserve it. And it's like, okay, so you're telling me, I could use myself as an example, right? I was not born into money. I was born in the projects. No money. Single mom. My dad worked. He was always gone. They were not together. He had other kids that were older than me or whatever. I always knew who my dad was, but he stayed on the road. Like now that my dad's older, in hindsight for him, he felt the best way to provide for his kids was to go to work. So he was always gone. I saw my dad probably like once a year. But now that he's older and he has more resources, he does everything for his kids. I'm 29 years old and I'm going to live with my dad. He does everything for his kids. So it's like, I have had people tell me, you go, like, not now, but this was when I was a little bit younger. So probably like 23, 24. I was considering doing what I'm doing now, but I let somebody talk me out of it. Cause I was a little young. Okay. I'm still young, but I was younger. I didn't know as much. But I was like, I'm about to go live with my dad. Like, and this is before, like, this is when he was still working. I'm like, why am I, struggling now? Why am I struggling? I'm about to go live with my dad. Like, and not be a bum, but it's like, he has a resource, which is a home. Why would I not benefit from that? And I had someone tell me, oh, you make too much money for that. You should have your own stuff. Like, why would you go live with your parent? You make enough. You make good money. Go get your own stuff. Well, I have my own stuff, but it's like, no, you have your own stuff. Keep your own stuff. Why would you go live with your parent? And at the time, so I was being struggle shamed. I was being shamed into feeling like this is supposed to be hard. Like, I'm supposed to struggle. This is supposed to be hard. I'm not supposed to make life a little bit easier and go live with my dad and save my money to get out of debt and put myself in and invest for my future and put myself in a better position in life. No, not supposed to do that. No. I let somebody convince me that shit's supposed to be hard. That's just how it is. So like because of like having, a harder, like having less growing up and stuff like that, I already have this mindset of being a hard worker because like the worker bee mentality that I was telling y'all before. I gotta go get it. It's not coming to me. I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. So I never learned how to sit the fuck down. I never learned how to just chill. Never learned the whole soft life and no, none of that. And that's all fairly new. None of that. None of that. You better go get it. And I still believe that. You better go get it because it ain't gonna just come to you and fall in your lap. But what if it does fall in your lap? Are you supposed to be ashamed about taking it? Right? For anybody. I don't care how old you are. If $100,000 fell into your lap right now, are you supposed to look at it and say, wow, I didn't work for that? Now, you should potentially be generous and things like that and share and give to people that need and all of that and take care of yourself and your family. But should you look at it like, I didn't earn that. I'm going to shun that $100,000 because I didn't earn it. Or if you're on the younger side, so like younger than 30, or I'll even say younger than 35, if your parents, like some people are in their 30s or 20s and have parents that want them home, but they want to be on their own, which is fine. But if you have, like, let's say you have parents that have the resources to have a multi-generational home or something like that, should you feel shame about that? Should you feel shame about that? I'll let y'all ponder on that. So I just wanted to give the financial example because that's typically what people are talking about when they say get it out the mud. You're not supposed to be handed anything, even if your family has the resources to hand you things. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to help you. None of that. None of that. Everything is supposed to be a struggle. Everything is supposed to be hard, or else you didn't earn it. Now, take that same mindset and apply it to obesity. There's an answer. The answer is a GLP-1, but you're not supposed to take it or utilize it because then you're skipping the line, right? You're skipping the struggle. You're not supposed to skip the struggle. You're not supposed to skip the hard part. Why not? I mean, it's still hard, but I'm not going to act like it's not easier to do it this way. It's definitely easier. So why exactly can I not utilize the resources that are at my disposal? Why not? Jen says I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people think either. Rita says I agree. It is both vanity and health. We live in a vain society, honestly. Let's be real. Right. So the girl in the video was talking about tummy tuck, arm lift, this and this and this and this. Like, yes, girl, get it all. Get it all. It's okay to be a little vain. Okay? I discovered tirzepatide because I was looking for a plastic surgeon to get lipo. Pause the lipo. Lose the weight. I'm still going to get it if I feel like I want it. When the time comes, I'm still going to get it. And we talked. I'm getting an augmentation. My breasts have been destroyed. Like, I'm still wearing bras that are too big, so they look, not that I want y'all to look, but they appear bigger than they are because I'm still wearing the bigger bras. But it's damn near flat chest when I take off a bra. Don't be fooled. It's like, pew. So what? Like, who cares? Oh, they're just doing it for vanity. And like, because you're not going to believe us. You're not going to believe me when I say, no, my hemoglobin A1C was in the pre-diabetic range and I had to do something and I had to do it quickly. My energy was through the floor. My sleep was through the floor. I was depressed and I had to do something quickly. I was heavy. I couldn't sleep right. My joints hurt and I had to do something quickly. They don't care about none of that. It's, oh, you just want to look better and you're supposed to work for that. Why? I mean, we do. I do feel like we're supposed to go to the gym and all that, but it's like, but in the context that they mean it, why? Why does it? Why do you want me to struggle? Because I'm worth, and I'm not trying to. Again, if you feel like I'm reaching, let me know. But it's almost like being fat makes you worth less, so you're not supposed to have anything come to you easy, especially a smaller body. Especially a smaller body. Like, how much you want to bet, right? Let's take GLP-1s out of it because they can always use the diabetics as a scapegoat because the diabetics were using it first, right? And the weight loss is just a side effect, so they decided to remarket it. But let me give you a hypothetical. This is how you know people really have a problem with fat people. Like, they just do. Like, I'm convinced now. If tomorrow Eli Lilly announced that there's a pill you can take or a shot, a one-time shot, they have figured out how to synthesize a medication so much so that they've nailed it. Like they've nailed the magic bullet for weight loss. They've nailed it. You got to take one shot, just one shot. And they can guarantee that within a year, over 70% of people will be at their goal weight or their ideal weight. One shot. That's all it takes. It fixes whatever's broken hormonally. It cures it, right? It cures it, fixes it. So one shot, one injection, you're done. Move on with your life as normal. Do your usual habits of eating and working out and all of that. One shot. That's it. And it'll get you to where you need to be for about 70% of people. And if you're not there in a year, then maybe that last 30% of people needs a second shot. But let's just assume the majority of people could get to where they need to be one shot. How many of y'all think that people will still have a problem with that? This is not a diabetic medication. It's not a blood pressure medication. It don't do nothing else except fix that hormonal part that's broken, that makes us have food chatter or whatever. Let's say they figure it out. They figure it out how to fix it with one shot. And you can get to where you want to be. How many of y'all think that people will still have a problem with that? This affects nobody else. And yet people would still have a problem. People would still have a problem. That's how you know the problem isn't with the medication and it's with the people that's taking it. They have a problem with the people that's taking it because they got a problem with fat people, overweight people, obese people. They have a problem with them not struggling. You're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to make it hard. You're supposed to suffer. Biggest Loser much? Jillian Michaels? You're supposed to suffer. We have all tried different hard ways to lose weight. GLP-1 makes things we were trying to do successful. Perfect way to put it, Rita. That's the way I like to put it. It's just a tool to make what you're already supposed to be doing easier. That's all it is. All of the stuff that you would do to lose weight without a GLP-1, it's 10 times harder without the GLP-1. But you have to take the same actions. Can you lose weight without changing your diet and exercising without a GLP-1? Sure, people do it. Are they successful for a long time? Probably not. Will it work if they're older, postmenopausal or whatever? Probably not. But can it be done? Sure. It can be done. All you got to do is fast. You don't got to work out. And you ain't got to change what you're eating. All you got to do is change when you eat and you can lose weight. You can do it. So if on a GLP-1, you can do it that way too. You don't got to change what you eat. You ain't got to work out. You will still lose weight like the girl said. But is that the most sustainable way to do it? And the answer is no. The most sustainable way is to change your lifestyle and your habits and your diet and all of that. Being on a GLP-1 just makes it easier to make those changes. That's literally it. GLP-1s do not make you lose weight. The decisions that you make on a GLP-1 allow you to lose weight. And being on a GLP-1 makes it easier to make those decisions. It's easier to not eat your feelings when you're on a GLP-1 because you're not hungry. That's not the GLP-1 making you lose weight. That's you not being hungry. So you're making a decision to not eat. But when you're not on a GLP-1 and you're not hungry, a lot of us will still choose to eat because eating is a habit, or we eat for our feelings, or we eat because something tastes good. Being on a GLP-1 takes that away. It's that simple. It's that simple. People, Sushi Fitness says people love to shame. It's sad. Nocturnal Pixie, hello. Hey from Louisiana, Zepbound 7.5. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for falling out of the clouds. Rita says, I agree. The struggle has been normalized and finances, love. Oh, we're not getting into the relationship stuff. Don't start with me, Rita. Don't start with me with the love. I am still learning to ask for help. It's like a mental barrier I have to get over. Absolutely. Nocturnal Pixie says, I'm on it for OSA, but stay on it for the weight loss. Starting weight, 245, current weight, 211, and I'd do the one-shot cure if it if it were available. But people are always going to naysay. Maggie says, I honestly don't know how I feel about the one shot. What would we do without that without that struggle? I mean, so the question wasn't whether or not you would take it. The question was whether or not people would have a problem with you taking it. And the answer is yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're talking about the one shot example was about the naysayers. The one shot example was about the naysayers. If there was a press conference tomorrow where Eli Lilly announced they have a cure to obesity, not a lifelong treatment like Zepbound, not that, which I'm fine with. I can take it forever. Not a lifelong treatment. None of that. If they announced they had a cure for obesity, I should have just said it this way the first time. I overcomplicated it. But if they announced a cure for obesity, this is sick. This is really sick. People would still be mad. Like, people would legitimately be mad if there was a cure for obesity. If you think I'm crazy, tell me I'm crazy. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that just thinks that, like, oh, you're a victim because you're overweight and people don't like you and da, da, da. Like, no, I think on average, people don't really care. But the ones that vocalize their opinion about GLP-1s and stuff like that, they are the same people that would be mad if there was a literal cure, a one-shot cure for obesity. They'd be upset. Skinny or not, they'd be upset. You telling me that we all, for the most part, people have agreed that obesity is a disease, and ideally in science and medicine, you want to cure diseases, not just treat them. Now, in the pharmaceutical industry, you want to treat them forever. You want to treat them for life. But when it comes to science and medicine, ideally, you want to cure. You want to cure. Right now, we don't have a cure for obesity. Not a cure. A cure means you can't get it again. It can't happen again. Like, you're done. You're immune. That's what it means. So if they announce the cure to obesity, I can guarantee you those people that are mad about GLP-1s now, including the doctors, like that doctor that we reviewed, they'd still be upset. So what does that say about those people? It says that they have a problem. They have a problem with fat people. They do. What is OSA again? I've heard a couple people say OSA. I forget what it is. Remind me. But yeah, they would have a problem. So, with that being said, hold on, let me get my other phone because that's where my notes are. Now that we've established that it's clear that people have a bias, including the doctors. Oh, definitely the doctors. That's why some doctors won't even entertain it as an option. They won't even bother entertaining it as an option. That's sad. Like, I expect average people to have a bias, but the doctors, that's really sad. So now that we've established that there's a bias, we can just also establish, like, right alongside of it, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Some of us don't care. Some of us don't care. I do want to get into the people that do care though, and why they might be afraid to start a GLP-1 because they're afraid of being judged. Jacqueline Hill, Lizzo. I'm sorry if that was loud. Two people that allegedly lied, right? Don't sue me, girl, Lizzo. I don't like you now. But don't take me to the courtroom because I ain't got no money, okay? But two people that allegedly lied, right? This is my opinion. My opinion is that they were untruthful. Okay, I ain't got no proof, but no, we can pretty much debunk Jacqueline Hill. We can't debunk Lizzo yet. But two people that started GLP-1s and then came back later after they lost weight and said that it didn't work for them. Well, Lizzo said it didn't work, and Jacqueline Hill said she hadn't actually started yet. She was just now starting after losing weight naturally. People like that are terrified of what people think of them. People like that, public figures like that, terrified of what people will think of them if they knew they were on a GLP-1. So they soft launch it. They do it undercover first at first. And then they find a way to sneakily tell you that they dabbled a little bit. Instead of just being honest and saying, yeah, I've been struggling with my weight my whole life. You're damn right. I'm getting some help. Like you got help with your blood pressure. Carry on. Carry on. Hold on. Will be the same as a cure for drug addiction or alcoholism. Can behavior really be cured? I don't think behavior can be cured, but I think chemical reactions in the brain can be cured. And addiction is simply not substance abuse, substance, right? So alcohol, drugs, food. So let's exclude gambling. I think gambling is a little unique, or like shoplifting, gambling. I think those things are a little unique because you're not intaking something. But substance abuse, I don't know what the research says, but I believe you can treat that medically. And whether or not you can cure it, I don't know. But I don't think people would be as judgmental. I don't think people would be like, no, struggle through withdrawals. I don't think people would say that. Michelle says, can you send the link as a hyperlink? I can't join. Are you trying to become a member? Is that what you're trying to do? That's the link to become a member. Is it not showing up properly? Or were you talking about joining the stream? Let me know, Michelle, because if I need to, I'll send it again. Let me see. Come on. Let me see. Oh, you definitely cannot click that. It's a hyperlink on my end. That is so weird. Let me try that again. Hold on. You definitely can't click that. That's so weird. Okay. I'm not sure why I did that. Let's see. Will this work? No, it's not hyperlinking. I'm not really sure how to fix that. I'm not really sure how to fix it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me try one more thing. Oh, let's do it this way. Because I think if you if you copy and paste it into your browser, it'll do it, but you shouldn't have to do it that way. So let me try one more thing. You shouldn't have to. You should be able to click it. It should be a hyperlink. Let's see. Let's try that one more time. No, it's still not hyperlinking. Jen, are you? I can't. Oh, you know what? I think it's a setting. Hold on. I'm sorry. Segue, y'all. I think I have hyperlinks blocked. Hold on. Let me see. General. Hold on. I think it's a setting. Live chat captions. Nope. Thank you for pointing that out, Michelle. Because I did not know. I've been sharing my link this whole time, but I never... Clips permissions. Let's try that. No. I'm not sure. but I will fix it. And Michelle, yes. Okay. So, Michelle, as of right now, you can copy and paste it into your browser. But if you don't feel like doing all of that, I will paste it in the community tab and you can find it there. I think I have links blocked on my for my comments, and I got to figure out how to undo that because I didn't know that that applies to me too. I thought that that was just for everybody else, that like I didn't want people sharing like other channels or external links and stuff like that, because that's how people start scamming. um Give me just a second, y'all. Enable hyperlinks YouTube. Let me just Google it. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll fix it though before the next stream. And let's see if I can go to the description of this video. Nope, it's not gonna let me do it until I'm done. All right. Oh, here it is. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We supposed to be talking about the weirdos. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me do one more thing before I get back on topic. That is so annoying. Link to become a member. Link to become a member. Really? Y'all are making this so hard. Like, and it's not just me. YouTube makes this fucking hard. Like to even find the link, I gotta go into YouTube Studio, and like it's a lot. Okay, now it's a hyperlink on the community tab. So sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Addiction is next for GLP-1. How do you think people are going to come for them? They're not. They're not going to come from them. I'm glad I found your channel. I have to go, but I'll be back. You're down to earth and real. So thank you. Thank you so much for Nocturnal Pixie for coming out of the clouds and commenting. All right. It is a commercial break. It is a commercial break. It is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. So, Michelle, for right now in the video, my hyperlinks are not going to work. So I posted it on the in the community. So if you go to my channel and go to community, it's there. Also, you should be able to go to my channel and click join, or you could copy and paste it into your web browser. I'm so sorry I'm being so difficult, but I want you to become a member, girl. There's 3 tiers. There's Just Vain as the first tier for 99 cents. There's Venetian at $2.99 and the VVS tier for $6.99. So thank you so much for becoming a member when you do join. Okay. All right. So no to hell no, no to the hell no. When addiction gets addressed with GLP-1s, they're not gonna come for them. And you know what that's called? Cognitive dissonance. Okay? Because how can you say a medication with 3 utilization, right? 3 uses: diabetes, obesity, addiction. 2 of those are justified, but 1 is not. You see why I brought religion into this? But technically the other guy did, and I just was being extra about it. But this is why it starts to get in a little bit of like, you really feel like there's something wrong with this one group of people using this medication, because it's the same medication with 3 different effects, and you only think 2 of those are justified, but the 3rd one is still there. Just nobody's supposed to benefit. Only the addicts and the diabetics can benefit from the weight loss, is essentially what you're saying. The people that aren't addicts or diabetics, if they just got to deal with the weight, they should not take this medication. Why is that? I would love for somebody to come in and tell me why that is. Like, why do you feel that way? Not that we give a fuck, but I'm just curious. I'm nosy. You think that they would be upset with the addicts getting help? Listen, Jen, I'm going to have to disagree, and I'm going to tell you why. The only people that are going to have a problem with the addicts getting help are the addicts, right? Because I would even argue, like, we're talking about drug addicts, right? Or other addictions like gambling and all of that. But food addiction is real too. So technically, some of us fall into the addict category already. But let's address the drug addicts in different parts of this country right now. And I want to be, okay. This is a sensitive topic considering, I almost don't even want to talk about it, but it's not really a problem. It's just, okay. Let's just talk about it. Right now, what is it? What's the overdose reverser? I forget the name that all the paramedics and police officers are carrying around in the country. Narcan? Narcan? Right? Oh, this is. Thank you so much for Michelle for becoming a Venetian. Everyone say thank you to Michelle. And Jen is almost a 1 month member. I cannot wait to see your badge change colors. Okay, this is a hard topic right now for me, but I'm gonna try to. I think it's important, so I'm gonna try to get through it. So back to Jen's point about they might hate the addicts worse. I disagree because the addicts get more help than anybody or have more resources available to them than anybody. Now, if you feel like I'm wrong, I will I have no problem changing my like reevaluating my stance on my argument. Hear me out and then let me know where you disagree and I have no problem reevaluating. But here's why I say this. This doctor talked about, and this is not coming from a judgmental place, this is just the reality of the situation. This doctor that we listened to talked about giving out GLP-1s like candy. No. Narcan is being given out like candy. Now, plenty of people's lives are being saved with Narcan, sometimes repeatedly. Okay? So, there is a energy, culture, attitude of like decriminalizing addiction, which is fine. Making sure that there are resources available, like clean needles, safe places to get the tools you need to do the drugs. And like I said before, with the early 2000s, the overprescribing, so like the enabling of the opioid epidemic, and rehab resources. And then, after all of that is, alongside all of that is Narcan, which is a life, like Narcan is like if there's a step of genius above Zepbound and what Zepbound does for weight loss, Narcan is that. I get that we are anti-pharmaceutical because as a country we're over medicated, but I really do appreciate and I am fascinated by ginormous feats in the medical field or pharmaceutical industry, and Narcan is a stroke of genius. Like I feel that way about Zepbound. I feel that way about tirzepatide. I feel like it's a stroke of genius. I feel that way about Narcan. Like it is like that. Like you can just reverse it and save someone's life. Genius. Like that is why shouldn't we have that? You know what I mean? So because that is for the most part in most parts of the country readily available. I mean, the drug epidemic in the country is so bad that you have to be ready to reverse an overdose at the drop of a dime. As a paramedic, as a police officer, whatever, no matter where you are, you gotta be prepared with Narcan on. That's how bad it is. That's not a compliment. That's horrific. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like I said, with the drug addicts, there's so many resources available to the extent that they're kind of just making it easier to stay on drugs, but that's not what this is about. My point was, when it comes to addiction and Zepbound, I do think that they, like, when they do the research, they're probably already in the process of doing it. When they figure out the mechanism that's addressing addiction, it should be promoted as such. It should. But I don't think people are going to hate the addicts for it like they hate fat people. I don't. Because the addicts already get so much support. They already get so much help. It's normal to help addicts with pharmaceuticals. It's normal. So when Zepbound, Eli Lilly, they are like a dog with a bone when it comes to the profitability of Zepbound. So when they figure it out, yeah, they're gonna advertise it as like, oh, get over your gambling addiction with Zepbound 20 milligram. I'm not laughing at addiction. I'm laughing at a Zepbound 20 milligram because that's so wild to me. But, but yeah, so they're gonna, and I don't think anybody's gonna be mad at addicts for saying like, yeah, like you're gonna see commercials that say, I had a nicotine addiction, I had a alcohol addiction, I had a shoplifting addiction, whatever it is. Like, I think it's gonna be more so leaning towards substance abuse, but whatever. I had a food addiction. Well, no, see, you say food addiction, and then people start getting into being mad and shit. So let's talk about the real, quote unquote, real addictions, because I don't think people think food addiction is real. Okay. So the real addictions. Oh, I don't want to say the words because I don't think I can say them on YouTube, but the H addiction or the C addiction. If you don't know what drugs start with those letters, I don't know what to tell you. I had a pot addiction. And I got on Zepbound, and now I don't feel the desire anymore, because that's what it does for us with food. With junk food and horrible foods, it literally just makes it go away. And when you do want it, it's like, I want it, I'll have it, I'm done. It's okay. It's fine. Like, I wanted a cookie, I had a cookie. I didn't have 17 cookies or a whole pack of cookies. I had a cookie, I had 2 cookies, that was fine. I wanted cake, I had a slice of cake, it was fine. I wanted pizza, I had a slice of pizza, it was fine. It was okay. I wanted it, I had it, I'm done. That's how it is for us. If every level of addiction can be met with that level of like treatment, it'll change the face of this country. I mean, it's already changing this country as far as obesity goes, because again, obesity is looked at as like not really a problem. Like, it's seriously a problem, but it's like not a problem. You know, it's like an individual problem when really it's a societal problem. Hi, G's. Okay. So people love to feel superior or think they have a right to feel superior. Absolutely. Sensitive but real to the topic. Okay. Jen's number 1 on the leaderboard. Michelle is number 2. Michelle's number 2 on the leaderboard. And I think Teddy's number 1 now. Oh my gosh. Y'all are like going back and forth. What's that show they used to come on A&E? They used to get so much smoke. Is it Interventions? I don't remember that. They're giving dogs on Skid Row Narcan. Normies are carrying Narcan. Now, I had a feeling about regular people carrying Narcan, but I didn't want to say it because I hadn't heard that before, but I had a feeling. So I didn't want to say it, and like, that's not true. But yeah, now that doctor said GLP-1s are being given out like candy. No. The country has an opioid epidemic because Percocets and Vicodin were being given out like Pez. And now the solution to the overdose is being given out like Pez. Yeah, it is. It just is. With my previous public health role, we carried Narcan regularly. Also, it's very powerful. It's a stroke of genius. I'm not going to get into my personal feelings about whether it's right or wrong or good or not. I was just giving an example relative to like, okay, so how will addicts be treated when they potentially start GLP-1s? Will people look at them like, no, do it the hard way? And my answer is absolutely not. With the way they giving out Narcan, no. And Narcan is like a godsend. It really is. Like, I don't want nobody losing their life to no overdose. Ugh. I'm gonna leave it there. I think there was really a true cure. It would separate the people who really need it and are willing to change from the people who would still eat for just fun. Well, Dr. Now already does that with bariatric surgery. Dr. Now already does that with bariatric surgery. He went from giving all of his patients back, not all, but like, a lot of his patients bariatric surgery to making them change first. To making them change first. And when it comes to cures, I don't think cures work that way. When you have a cure for something, you just give it. You just give it. Treatments have prerequisites. Cures do not. Cures don't have prerequisites. If you can cure something, they just cure it. But if you need to be treated for something, then there are some prerequisites. Like with Zepbound, you got to have a certain BMI or something like that. With Manjaro, you got to have diabetes, and you don't give a person with normal blood pressure medication, right? Like, no. With treatment that's going to go on and on and on and on, yeah, there are prerequisites. You got to qualify. But when it's a cure, you just cure. You just cure. I was the girl who could drink all night. Now I have one cocktail. I'm done after one. I barely drink. Like, I don't want to consider myself a non-drinker because if I go out and be social, then I will drink. But I'm done after one. I'm like tapped. I'm like, can't see. Can't see after one. Can't see. Even when I'm on Zepbound, I still want to eat junk. LOL, wish it affected me that way. Oh, Maggie, what dose are you on? Your food noise isn't impacted. Maybe your dose is not high enough yet. Give it some time. I think you're on brand. Is Zepbound. Now, if you were on compound, I would say maybe try switching to brand. But if you're on brand and your food noise is not impacted, maybe your dose just isn't high enough yet. So I would say give it some time. Oh yeah, Jen just said the same thing. You might get it when you go higher. Anakin, I got done so dirty yesterday. All I said was I was a T-Rex. Anakin, you was being a distraction. I did not deserve that ban. You was being a distraction. Okay, what part of we don't rock with Anakin over here? We are a family of Luke Skywalker. We do not rock with Anakin. I don't know what to tell you. I ate so many Doritos yesterday. I carry Narcan for work too. This topic is interesting. The drug issue, I see a huge difference between 80s and today. Now, Michelle, I'm super fascinated by 80s and 90s documentaries, like the crack era. And heroin would, I said it. I wasn't supposed to say it. Oh God, YouTube is like, they're never going to let me monetize because I'm so bad at this. But people would have been like the whack and the heroin. Like, well, I don't got time for that. But like the 60s would have been heroin, I think 60s, 70s. And then you get into crack in like the 80s, 90s. If I'm not mistaken, coke and all of that. All of that's very fascinating to me. Like movies, documentaries, fascinating. I mean, I think the cocaine era is probably the most fascinating to me because the cocaine era happens and then like crack happens, I think, like simultaneously. Like cocaine turns into crack. Like some scientists figured out, some hood scientists figured out how to do that. Anyway, my point is how prevalent it was is super fascinating to me. Like it's like I'm so interested in like movies like American Gangster, which was more leaning toward heroin, and then movies like, what's a good one? What's a good movie about the crack era? Sugar Hill? I don't know it too well to know if that's actually what it was about. I know there was a crack head in it, or there was a couple of cracks in it. Never mind. Whatever. I'm trying to think of like a good cocaine era movie. I don't know. I can't really think of one. But when I think coke, I think disco automatically. I think disco. Going into my meeting. Okay, thank you so much. And of course, thank you again for becoming a member. I'm literally his father, though. No Luke without me. We don't rock with you. You know how many people give up on their parents in life? We don't rock with you. Disparity in healthcare is real for certain demographics. Absolutely. Maggie, might be time to move up. Not at the moment. Yeah, talk to your doctor, Maggie. Talk to your doctor about your dose. because some people don't start to lose until they get beyond a 7.5. A lot of us are lucky enough to start losing at the 2.5. Some of us got to get up to the 5, and some of us, like the 7.5 is like think of the 7.5 as like a landing. This is just my opinion, right? But think of the 7.5 as like a landing. Like you're walking up a flight of stairs and then there's a landing and then there's another flight. So think of like the 7.5 as like that landing phase. Not to say you can't lose weight on it, because I am, but more often than not, I hear people kind of like stalling out at the 7.5, like not having as much progress. But people seem to really love the 10. Like they love the 5 and they love the 10. So if the 10 is not working with you, for you, talk to your doctor about going up to the 7.5 and then the 10. But people that, and then sometimes it takes people getting up to the 15. That's why a lot of, like, some people are waiting for the 20 and 25 to come out. So, hang in there. She's probably not listening, but she may come back and listen to this portion. But hang in there as far as the food noise. Definitely lower your appetite stimulating foods, up your protein, and you'll get that appetite and those cravings under control before you get to the higher doses. But the higher doses will definitely help. Wait. This channel really about, now I'm curious. Are you a doc? No, I'm not a doctor. I am documenting my own weight loss journey. I'm not your doctor. I'm not Anakin's doctor. I'm not Luke's doctor. I ain't Michelle's doctor. I ain't nobody doctor. I'm just sharing my own journey and we're having a discussion about it. Scale didn't move for me until 7.5. Okay. 7.5 is like the red hair stepchild. I don't understand. I love the 7.5. I really do. Like, I mean, I'm titrating up, but I'm scared of that 10 milligram. Like, oh, you know how long it took me to enjoy bacon and eggs on a 7.5? Like 2 months. I'm in month 3 now. The first month, every time I would make eggs, I would never finish it. So it got to the point where I just stopped trying to cook it every day. And then it got better in month 2. And now we're on month 3. So I can get down my eggs and my bacon. But it was hard. It was hard for me. So I'm scared to go up to the 10. And it's like, I really can't eat. Oh my God. I'm going to have to work so hard. Like, oh my God. Okay, so with that being said, I think that the addicts will do okay if they figure out how to properly, because I don't think the dosing is going to be the same when they market it for addiction. You know what I mean, Jen? Like, do I think right now, if someone had a heroin addiction, they could just take Zepbound and be fixed? I really want to know the answer to that. I don't think so. But I think Eli Lilly is close to figuring that out. Because there are mechanisms in our brain that are sensitive to addictive, like that make us susceptible to addictive behaviors, right? And addictive substances. So I think Zepbound is wonderful for food addiction. You can definitely address some Zepbound. You can definitely address some food addiction on Zepbound. Definitely. So it makes me wonder, like, what other kind of addictions can we address? Like imagine sex addiction can be addressed on a GLP-1. Eli Lilly is gonna be unstoppable. Like Ozempic don't have this. Ozempic don't have that food noise component. They don't, from what I understand. Ozempic and Wegovy don't address food noise. That's why people don't do as well on them. And addressing the food noise is a big part of why we are so successful. But yeah, I have appetite suppression before 7.5, but no weight loss. Interesting. Yeah, I've lost weight. I've stalled. I've lost weight. I've stalled for 6 months. Let me just share. The only thing I know for sure, you don't eat enough, don't expect your weight to move. Some people are lucky enough to just stop eating. Like, I don't say lucky because this is not lucky to me, but some people have the experience where they get on Zepbound, they just stop eating because they're not hungry, which is not what you're supposed to do. But they just stop eating and then they lose the weight. Would I consider that success? Not by my definition. Because you'll crash your metabolism. So I'm team eat enough or fast. But chronically undereating, recipe for disaster. Recipe for effed up metabolism to the point where undereating will no longer work for you because you will have dropped your metabolic rate so low that anything that you eat will cause you to gain weight. GLP works on your stomach. GIP works on your brain. Well, they're both satiety hormones. I'm not really sure where the receptors are though. Thank you so much, G's, for the $4.99 super chat. G says, let me heart it. YouTube was like, I hit it wrong. I tapped it wrong. YouTube was like, report. Keep spreading the knowledge. People need fact-based caring perspectives from channels like ours. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. I'm trying. I'm just over here talking. Thank you so much for supporting and super chatting. I don't know everything. Of course, nobody does. But I just like to be more upfront about what I don't know and what's an opinion and what my experience is. And then what I don't know, I just Google in front of y'all. I just Google it. I do. I just Google it in front of y'all. I may have been under eating initially. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so Tammy, typically when I hear that, I'm like, see, don't be doing that. But I will say these past couple of weeks, I've been more aware. No, I wasn't aware. I had stopped being aware of my own under eating until this week because I wasn't losing weight. I talked about all the things I need to change, but I went to track my food recently and I was like, man, I'm missing like 1,000 calories. I was like, hold on. It feels like for example, yesterday when I had my fish, the French fries, and yogurt, I was still missing like 1,000 calories. And I said, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Like, and I didn't like just eating throughout the day. It didn't feel that way. Like I was hungry. I addressed the hunger and I was fine. But I would have easily gone the rest of the day just like, I'm not hungry. But something told me to track. And I was only at like 600 calories for the day. I said, oh, this is unacceptable. I had a protein shake, I had some cheese, I had some ham, I had some pretzels. I started eating stuff and it was hard because I wasn't hungry. So I definitely, last night was the first night where I was like, oh, my appetite suppression is still here. It's just that I naturally kind of get hungry now, which I enjoy. Like I enjoy getting hungry. I still don't know how I feel about that. We would have medications fixing our addictions, AI fixing our non-thinking brains. I feel like overcoming and struggling gives us purpose. Okay. Hi, Journey of Life. Maggie, I'm going to address your comment. Teddy says agreed. And Maggie says, even though I feel this way, I'm still taking Zepbound, LOL. Oh, okay. So you have a body. So Maggie, even though you feel like it's making things a little too easy, you still are taking the easy route. Tell me more, Maggie, but let me address your last comment, your comment before that about we would have medications fixing our addictions. And my answer to that is, so what? We have surgeries that fix broken legs. The only problem with the medication part is how to keep you from becoming an addict again. Okay? That's the only thing. So, like I said, cure is a bit of a loaded term, and it was just a hypothetical because cure means you can't get it again. Period. Like no matter what you do, you're cured forever. I think cures are good, but it's very rare that we come across a cure. because we focus more of our research on treatment options, managing diseases and disorders and things like that for life. But now if we just take the cure off the table and we just talk about Zepbound as a treatment option, we're treating our obesity or food addiction with a medication. Yes, we are. And there are plenty of doctors that disagree with that. There are plenty of doctors that are just like, just fast or just change your diet or just, which those things are true. Those things do work and you have to do them for life, right? Like whatever you do to get the resolution you're looking for, you have to do it forever outside of a cure. So you either got to take a GLP-1 forever or you got to make the lifestyle change forever or whatever. Do it the natural way forever, right? But the other side of that is that like we are being sabotaged by our environment. Like the addiction is coming to us. The food is like made in a lab and where they work extra hard to narrow down how to make it as addictive as possible. Sidebar, I saw an article that said that Coca-Cola agrees to use cane sugar for Coke in the US, which is a big deal. I don't know if it's true. I didn't look into it, but apparently Coca-Cola, the company, is agreeing to swap high fructose corn syrup from cane sugar. So this is if this is true, this is the perfect example of the food industry purposefully making things more addictive. Sugar is already sweet. Why do we have to synthesize high fructose corn syrup to make it extra sweet and extra addictive? Why do we have to do that? They don't. It's purely for profit. It's purely to keep you hooked. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And so them moving to cane sugar is better, but it's still soda. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to eat something sweet, it doesn't have to be extra sweet is the point that I'm just trying to make. You know what I mean? Like we don't need sugar to be extra sugary. Just use sugar. Just use sugar. People are still going to buy it. Sam, that's not how the word cure works. Okay, so if I'm wrong, let's look it up. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it. Let's see. Sam says, or I'm sorry, Subsamadi. Is that how you say it? Says that's not how the word cure works. So let's see what the definition of cure works. Because if I gave y'all the wrong definition, then let's correct it right now. Are y'all ready? So, cure, C-U-R-E. The first definition that comes up is relieve a person or animal of the symptoms of a disease or condition. He was cured of the disease is the quote. Okay. Not preserve meat. We're not talking about curing meat. So that was the verb definition. As a noun, it's a substance or treatment that cures a disease or condition. The search for a cure for the common cold. Okay, what is the meaning of a cure? To restore to health, soundness, or normality. What is the medical definition of cure? Okay. Now, this is the definition that I was using. This says, what is the medical definition of a cure? A cure is when a treatment makes a health problem go away and it's not expected to come back. Okay? A cure is when a treatment makes a health problem go away and it's not expected to come back. So your problem is not with me and how I use the word cure. Your problem is with Google. Okay? All right. Some health problems have a cure. For example, to treat athlete's foot, healthcare providers use special creams, powders, or sprays to kill the fungus that causes the infection. I don't know. That's what I thought cure meant. I don't know. Okay? Are we. So do with that what you will. Okay? That's how I'm using the word cure. Okay? Feel free to use it how you would like to use it. Okay? All right. All right. Oh, so we were talking about Maggie's comment. Yeah, so we don't have many cures, I don't think. But if we did have a cure for obesity, because obesity is classified as a disease now, people feel differently about that. But right now it's classified as a disease. If we had a cure for it, proven to work, with more benefits than downsides, like Zepbound has more benefits than downsides, I take it. I don't care. Let Eli Lilly tell us they've cured obesity. I would have to wait like a couple of years to make it sure like people don't start turning into zombies. I wouldn't take it like just because it just came out. But if it turned out to be real, which I highly doubt, because no company works on cures, they don't want one and dones. They don't want that. That's not profitable. One and dones aren't profitable. They want long-term treatment, lifelong treatment. But hypothetically, if they said we can cure obesity, whatever's broken in the brain and the gut, we can fix it. One treatment and it's fixed. You're good. You'll never be obese again. I take it. Assuming everybody else took it first. I would take it. Why not? Why not? That doesn't mean, like, let's be real. That doesn't mean don't change your lifestyle and habits, because there are other problems outside of obesity. Like, so do we need to get into that? Because here's the thing, and this goes back to having a prerequisite, right? Making people do stuff first to prove that they have changed their behaviors, like with bariatric surgery and Dr. Now. If you don't change your behaviors or figure out what caused your problem in the first place, you're bound to either one, end up there again, or kind of transfer your addiction, right? So let's say obesity got cured, right? So your desire to eat is gone. A lot of people, when they get bariatric surgery and their desire to eat is gone or blunted, they just transfer the addiction to something else. Shopping, drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes. Or when people give up other addictions, smoking, drinking, gambling, they just transfer the addiction to something else because they're not addressing what's causing the addiction. They're not addressing it. So you give up smoking, you start eating potentially or something, or drinking. You give up drinking and you start smoking cigarettes or eating. You give up gambling and you start eating or drinking or shopping. You know what I mean? So if you never really address what the addiction, where the addiction is stemming from, then of course, like, you can cure it all day, but you'll just transfer it to something else. You just transfer it. There's more money in treatment than cures. If they cured, they wouldn't put all the extra stuff in our food to keep us addicted. Absolutely. They give you the poison and then they give you the for lack of better words, the cure, but the treatment. They poison you and then they treat you. The food industry poisons you while the pharmaceutical industry treats you. And the doctors are there to be the referee between the two. The doctors are there to talk to you while you're being pulled in opposite directions from the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry. And the doctors are there in cahoots with it all. Now, if you have an individual doctor, that's good, for you, great. But as a whole, they're in cahoots with the pharmaceutical industry. They have Pepsi sponsorships and Coca-Cola and Kraft sponsorships. They go to conferences. They go on trips. They're all in cahoots. They're all in cahoots. Like, and that's not me just saying that. That's actually proven. That's proven. Desire to overeat, rather, yeah. So we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm gonna start wrapping up. I said all of this to say. Let me look at my notes real quick. Make sure I didn't leave anything out. Oh, journey of life. I lost 3 pounds, girl. I don't know where it came from. I was completely caught off guard, but I lost 3 pounds. I talked about that in the beginning. Okay, so it would be nice to have, like, for there to be an effort as a country to destigmatize GLP-1s for weight loss, which would involve some education, but people don't want to learn. They just want to judge. I mean, the people using it don't even want to learn. Like, it's like not us. Like, we're here learning and talking and understanding each other and sharing experiences. But the people that are judging on the outside, they don't want to learn. The people that are bragging that, oh, they did it with no effort, they don't want to learn. In fact, they make the stigma worse. They make it worse. So it would involve education, but that's almost like a crapshoot because people don't want to learn. But that don't mean we don't try. That don't mean this information isn't put out here. Hell, you never know. Someone could come across my videos and say, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. Thank you for putting it that way, because now I have a different perspective. If I get that from one person, I'll feel like mission accomplished. Thank you. Now, you know, it's been 2 weeks and I ain't lose no weight. I don't know where that 3 pounds went. I just ran, because I wasn't weighing in daily. I just randomly stepped on the scale this morning and I was like, I weighed in earlier this week at 189. How the hell am I at 180? Where did it go? I don't know where it went. I don't know. The other thing would be to face criticisms head on. Now, not everybody's going to do this, right? Before we get out of here, who believes in keeping your GLP-1 uses a secret? Because it's your medical stuff, so it's not anybody's business. But if someone was to ask you, who would keep it a secret? Which is fine. I'm not judging. I'm just curious. But I would say I'm more on the lines of like facing criticism head on, which is why I made an effort to start my channel at the beginning of my journey and share my most vulnerable bits. It has not been easy. Oh my God. Sharing before and after photos. Oh, Michelle's not here anymore. I don't think. Hold on, let me see. I think Michelle left. I was about to say, Michelle, check out the members only tab and look at the before and after photos. But it's not been easy putting all my vulnerable bits out there. But you'll be surprised how many people find that helpful, because that's not for them. Like, they're not in a place where they want to share their, their struggles or, how they look and things. It's hard. It's very hard. So some people appreciate other people stepping out there and doing it. And that keeps me going. That keeps me motivated. So I would say facing criticism head on, and this helps me do that, which is why, like, I try to lean more toward not putting it on subscribers only, because I want people to come in and push back. I don't need an echo chamber, right? I really don't. I don't need an echo chamber. But sometimes it is a little distracting. It is a little annoying. And it's not like, I don't get genuine pushback a lot. I get trolling. People just saying so dumb stuff. Okay. But eventually we're going to work our way into being able to do live streams and just ignoring them. Just let it go. Just let it go. And if they get really out of control, then those are the ones that need to be removed. All right. It depends on who that someone is. All information is not for everyone. That is true. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Journey of Life. Journey of Life says, so proud of you. Look, I'm just sitting here eating my bacon. I started early. I wanted to make sure I could get my calories in today, because I got halfway through the day yesterday and realized I was missing 1,000 calories. So I'm starting early today. Oh, and these people left a watermelon behind. It's a big ass watermelon. I forget how to tell if a watermelon is ripe or not, but I'm going to look it up. And if it's ripe, I'm going to cut it. They said I could have it if I want it, because they're not going to be back for 2 weeks. So it'll go bad, I think. But if it's right, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to have like a week and a half's worth of watermelon. It's a big ass one. It's a family of 5. It's a big ass watermelon. So, I'm hoping it hasn't already gone bad. And if it hasn't gone bad, I don't want it to go bad. I might have a lot of watermelon. Secret no, but I tend to not share with in-shape men. I don't think they would get it. Let's talk about that before I get out of here. I got my Zepbound yesterday. Maybe I'll lose 3 more pounds. You got your brand? I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Throw that 3-month vial away. We don't want that no more, Journey of Life. We don't want Jen. Journey of Life got that 3-month vial from Journey of Life got that 3-month vial from I was gonna say from Ozempic, from Orderly. Girl, get rid of it. No, I'm just playing. I don't want you to throw your medication away, but don't order no more from them. Or if you do, don't get a 3-month supply. Yeah, because that's why. Same weight for 2 weeks. Have you been working on your non-negotiables? Have you been drinking your water? Have you been resting? I know you have a baby, but you got to find time to rest. Have you been keeping yourself accountable? And exercise. Exercise is just to assist. It's not really to make you lose weight, but you should be moving your body. But a part of your accountability is eating enough too. So let me know. A brand. Yes to the brand. There's a lot of people that tell me, because I watched your video, I switched the brand. I'm like, congratulations. If I'm wrong, come back and tell me I'm wrong. So, Journey of Life, come back and tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Journey of Life says, girl, I only ordered once. I didn't know. Girl, run. They're going to be emailing you like, are you ready to place your refill? Girl, run. Ozempic, like, don't put me in this. Run, Journey of Life, girl, run. Oh my God. Finish up your vial and run. Okay? Run to that Zepbound. Yeah, it's the water part getting me. Ow. I feel like my bacon just scratched the inside of my chest. That is very weird. Anyway. So, all right. So we talked about whether or not we would keep it a secret. We talked about facing criticism head on, but obviously that's not for everybody. But I'm also mean like content creators and stuff like that. And then education, but people got to want to learn. And people that want to learn, they do the research. I can't say I'm not here to teach you because I kind of am. Like I'm here to teach as I learn, right? The best teachers are always learning something new. The best teachers are always learning something new. So let me do this while I say my goodbyes. Don't work too hard because I'm getting out of here anyway. So if y'all want to snipe for fun, you can, but you ain't got to work too hard if you don't want to. All right. So I'm going to start saying my goodbyes. I feel like even though I was a little bit all over the place, I think I made my point. The overall point is, don't let nobody convince you that you're not worthy of help. Don't let anyone convince you that just because you didn't struggle in the hardest way possible, that you did not earn your progress. Because clearly these people don't know what they're talking about. This is fucking hard. I should have been 100 pounds down by now, but I'm not. You know why? Because shit happens. It's hard. It's hard. Like, it's not easy. You know what I mean? You have to learn. Mistakes are going to be made over and over again. You got to learn along the way. It's not as simple as just taking your injection and watching the weight fall off. And even if it is, you better hope you can keep it off. Because imagine this. Imagine somebody that puts no... I just realized my top matches my toenail polish. That was not planned. I got tired of wearing white toenail polish, so I got this color, but I wasn't thinking about this shirt when I got it. That's actually pretty cute. Okay, anyway. Yeah, don't let nobody convince you that because you didn't struggle. I was making a different point, but I forgot what I was. I got distracted by my toenails. Just because you didn't struggle don't mean you didn't earn your progress, because I refuse. Like, and then Jen's point about in shape men. You know what? I'm glad I got more men speaking in the comments and stuff because I knew they were watching. My analytics used to say like 99.99% women and like 0.01% men. And I'm like, who's that 0.1%? Where y'all at? This is probably my boyfriend. It probably was just him. They was just counting him. But men started to comment and participate, and now it's more like a 70-30 split. Can y'all believe that? Oh, sidebar really quick. Please make sure you're hitting the subscribe. I can see that at least 2,400 people are returning, which means you guys are enjoying the content. So don't be shy. Don't be mean to me. I deserve it, okay? Hit the subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Set your notification bell to all if you want to be notified when I go live. Otherwise, feel free to turn your notifications off. Just don't be getting mad at me when you miss a video and then you come back and it's on members only. Okay? That's not my fault. You were supposed to be here when we were live. Okay? All right? Share the video. Consider becoming a member. Okay, look, I just did, like, I'm doing it now, Journey. I literally call those my squirrel moments. I don't know if I've ever said that on YouTube. I feel like I have. But it's literally like I'll be in the middle of saying something and then I'll switch that quick. Don't ask if I'm ADHD. I don't know. I tried to get my doctors to evaluate me. They said if I was, it should have been picked up when I was a child. So they don't even want to consider that I might have a little bit of the ADHD. They don't even want to consider it. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Like, that's fine. They're like, did you have any problems when you were a kid? I'm like, define problems. I don't know. Did you have behavior problems? Could you sit still? I'm like, I don't remember. I'm 30. And they're like, well, you're fine. That's pretty much how I went. It was like, if you didn't get evaluated as a kid, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. Are y'all sure? All right. Okay. The watermelon is ripe. Eat it. How do you know? Let me see. Let's go over here real quick. Hit the like too, and thank you to Reindeer for always commenting to hit the like and share and subscribe after the video is done. And thank you to Journey of Life for timestamping. Your timestamps are freaking hilarious. I really just wanted you to do the first timestamp of like, okay, here's where the topic starts and be done. You be going through the whole video timestamping, and it's so funny. Okay. I don't know how to tell. It seems pretty firm. I thought it was supposed to sound hollow when it was ripe. I don't see any yellow spots. It doesn't sound hollow at all. Am I doing that right? It's in season. That's why it's hard doing the timestamps. Yeah, and I'm like, and you know what? Oh, it's ripe. It's in season. Okay. That's a good point. Okay, so I probably can cut it anytime, and I better do it during the weekend because who got time for that when I'm working during the week? Okay, so I actually got to run to the store, so I'm gonna get out of here. But I will say they don't like diagnosing adults. Yeah, I kind of got that. I figured, but I did ask. I was curious. Yeah, I was curious, and they were just like, nope, sorry, we can't help you. I was like, okay. Oh yeah, so it's hard doing the times. It's hard doing the timestamps. Yeah, no, you don't have to. I mean, if you enjoy it, go for it. But you don't have to timestamp the whole video if you don't want to. But because them timestamps be funny as hell. I'm like, what is this girl doing? She's just supposed to start saying, okay, housekeeping is over. Here's where the topic starts. Like, skip all that nonsense in the beginning because she's gonna talk about 15 different things. Get to the point. Where does the topic of the title start? Okay. Okay. All right. I'll cut it. Aww. The person that got my bed frame said they're in love with it. Okay. All right. Well, that was pretty much it. Listen, we're doing our thing. We are getting help for our weight, and I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. I don't care. My answer is to whether or not I keep it a secret. No. But is there a little bit of like bracing for criticism? So like a slight bit of embarrassment? Yes. Like let me just be honest with y'all. I don't mind telling people that I'm on a GLP-1. I really don't mind at all. But So I do tell them. Like I don't have like, oh, I tell some people and not others. No, it's not that people ask if I'm on a GLP-1. It's not like I volunteer it. It's like if I'm in any kind of medical arena, then yes. Like, so if I'm going to get an IV drip, if I'm at the dentist, if I'm at the physical therapist, if I'm at any type of medical environment and they ask what medications I'm on or if my medications have changed, I tell them. Now when people just be like, oh, it looks like you've lost weight. Yeah, I've lost 50 pounds. If it just stops at that, it just stops there. Now, if they ask me how, then I'll tell them I'm on a GLP-1. I'm still working on changing my diet and exercising. Yeah, if they ask, I don't volunteer it. My boyfriend be volunteering it though. He be telling everybody he can. I don't know why. Babe, why you be doing that? Tell the people why you be telling everybody I'm on Zepbound. I don't know why he does that. But he starts conversations about it all the time and then tells me about it. And it seems like the women are more understanding and the men are more like, I don't really get it. Like, why? You know what I mean? So that goes back to Jim point of like fit men just not getting it. They just don't get it. They don't get it. Did you get rid of your too big clothes? Congratulations on your loss. Thank you so much. I'm officially at 56 pounds now. Oh, that doesn't even sound real. Don't think about it. See, like I don't know. Like I've been avoiding like really just like basking in my progress because I'm just, as much as I've struggled with my weight, I've never gone this far. Like I've never had a 50-pound loss. I think the most that I've had was a 30-pound loss. Typically it was like 20 back and forth, but the most I ever lost was like 30. So 50 is just like, it's like my brain won't even comprehend it. But yes. Okay. I got rid of my too big clothes. So I'm in between sizes now. And honestly, I was ready to get rid of my too big clothes. The only thing that I have now is too big is these sweatpants that I like to wear regularly. But I'm not getting rid of them until they just fall down as soon as I try to put them on. Like they fall down now, but I got to put something in my pockets for them to fall down. But until I just like pull them up and they just drop, I'm not throwing them away. So yeah, I got rid of my too big clothes, and for the longest time I was not ready. What happened was I started getting overwhelmed with my packing. I started getting emotional, and it was like, okay, what can I get rid of? And the clothes were the first thing that I was able to part ways with. Like, I'm sick of these clothes. And to be honest, I put some of them on and they were just like unusable. They were just unusable, at like officially unusable. Like I don't mind my clothes getting a little big. Like even this is getting a little big toward the bottom, but I don't mind wearing clothes that are a little big. But they had gotten to the point, like my 2X clothes, my 1X's and my 2X's are completely have gotten to the point of unusable. So I had to get rid of them. I only say in shape men because they look so confused. If an overweight man asks, I will tell him. That's exactly my point. Like when I don't know if the men my boyfriend talks to are in shape, but when he tells me, like, oh, I was at work and Ozempic came up and I was saying, oh yeah, my girl's on a GLP-1. When he explains the other person's side of the conversation, it's like confusion from the man, but I don't know if they're in shape or not. But when it's a woman, it's like, oh yeah, I know my sister and I wanted to, and oh, but I know somebody that, like, the women get it. The women get it. When my friend told me she's on Ozempic and she was on it for 5 months and still looking bigger, I thought you were supposed to be skinny in a few months. Little did I know, slow and steady. Now, journey of life, you done learnt, didn't you? You done learnt. It's very easy to think Ozempic means skinny because of the celebrities. But we have to remember, that's what I get. This cup is way too big for me to be drinking coffee. It's a coffee mug, but whatever. We got to forget that these people have trainers and sometimes cooks to help them with their food. Like, so like Ozempic is the last piece for them. Like, you know, and some of them like be looking crazy when they done. I'm not gonna name no names. I don't want to pick on no celebrities, but some of them be looking crazy at the end of their journey. And it's like, are you gonna ever stop losing weight? Like, who am I to say what looks good and what doesn't, right? But it's like, just like a person can be obese and either attractive or unattractive, you can be normal weight and attractive or unattractive. Well, everybody's attractive to somebody, and you can be underweight and attractive or unattractive. So it's like, skinnier ain't always better, just like bigger ain't always better, Lizzo, as you now know and will admit. Okay? I will even tell thin women, they get it, they might not like it. Okay. I love the fact that he seems very supportive of your journey. That's cool. Oh yeah, like it's actually kind of like funny. Oh my gosh. It's to the point where I'm like, stop watching my videos. Because he went from literally knowing nothing to knowing like the definition of titration. I don't know why that makes me just like shake my head like, why are you like a Zepbound expert now? I don't know why that makes me feel weird, but I'm just like, you know too much. He's like when he can distinguish between brand and compound, titrating up versus titrating down, and I'm just like, weird. Like, okay, I get that you're watching and supporting, but like, why are you actually learning stuff? That is so weird. I don't know why that's weird to me. It's like, please. And then like I said, he turns it into a joke after. He doesn't do it as much anymore, but like literally for weeks after every stream, we'll get on the phone and he'll be like, titrate up or titrate down? He'll talk to our dog and be like, Cass, are you on brand or compound? Ozempic or Manjaro? I'm like, shut up. Oh my God. You're so annoying. But it's funny. It's funny. Journey of Life said, but I feel like that's what's going to happen if I tell people I'm on it. They're going to be like, why are you still fluffy then? I'm not naming names, but Ariana Grande, if she's on it, no. So my list is Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion. I forget. There's a comedian. I forget her name. Lizzo. What's his name? Tesla. What the fuck is his name? Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk admitted to being on the GOP one. Oprah, even though she didn't admit it at first, but she has since admitted it. Ice Spice. Ice Spice. The rappers haven't admitted it. So Ice Spice, Glorilla, and Meg haven't admitted it, but I feel like they are. Lizzo hasn't. Lizzo admitted that she tried it. She didn't say she's on it. No, listen, no. Christina Aguilera, I haven't seen her lately. I love Christina Aguilera. My husband knows nothing but the price. Yeah. So, okay, so I was talking about the slight embarrassment. Like, so when I talk to people, like if people ask me, I will tell them. I don't hide it. But is there something behind admitting it that's a little embarrassing? Yes, not because I'm embarrassed of the medication, but there's a little part of me that is concerned about what they're going to think. But like on the surface, it's like I don't really like, I don't care enough. Like I can do it this way. But when I'm talking to someone one-on-one and I know, you know what it is? I'm talking to people that I already know understand. But when I'm talking to people that I'm not sure whether they're aware or not or understand or not, then yeah, there's like a little bit of like concern of like being judged. But I'm moving closer and closer to, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't try to convince nobody to get on it. I don't try to convince nobody to get off it. I only tell people that ask. I ain't hiding it. I don't even share my channel. My boyfriend shares my channel. Like I don't share my channel. Not once. Like so when I first started, two people knew I had a channel. My cousin and my boyfriend. And my dog. That was it. That was it. All of my subscribers came from just organically finding me. And then they started to snitch and tell other people. So my cousin told my aunt, my boyfriend told my brother, and then I think eventually I told one of my sisters, and then my sister told my other sister. So the three people that I initially told, well, it was two, and then I added one more person. They started telling other people. I don't tell people I got a channel. I don't. Now if they ask, like now that I've been selling stuff, people will come to my like apartment before I have moved everything out, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're a streamer, or you do YouTube?" Or if they see me walking around with my camera, like when I was at the state fair and stuff, people are very fascinated by my camera. It's a little camera. It's very little, but people are fascinated by that, and they're like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber?" And this I'm talking about. I had 5 videos at the time. I'd be like, "Yeah," but I would never share my channel. I would never do it. I would never do it. Not will never, but at the time I would never. And I still don't. Because I'm still shy. Like, y'all don't believe this, but I am a very shy person. I'm supposed to be doing an interview with GLP-1 Journey Review. I think that's the channel name. She's done an interview with Round Mound of Zepbound, I think his name is. I've never watched his channel, but y'all have mentioned him before. She's done an interview with a few different people, and we're trying to get one together for us. And I'm like completely prepared to be a nervous wreck. Like completely prepared. Nailed it. That's to me that says nailed it. Geez, what did I nail? What are you talking about? LOL. And my dog. Yeah. My dog knew. He was on YouTube. My dog is famous. I guess he's not that famous because Sydney the other day was like, "Did we see your dog?" And I'm like, "Girl, where you been?" Oh, okay. Some of y'all just got here. But all right. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna run to the store. I'm supposed to be doing my hair. I should have been done it, but I keep putting it off. But you know what? You know what I'm doing today? Oh, I'm buying an amusement park. I'm about 30 minutes away from Carowinds, which is it's like Charlotte, North Carolina's version of Six Flags, like a smaller Six Flags, is how I would describe it. I've never been. And I didn't realize I was going to be so close. I was passing it on my way here and I saw the roller coasters and I'm like, "Ooh, I should go." You know what? I should see if my friend wants to go. I should see. So I may do that. Not today, but I may go while I'm here. Don't be shy, own it because you're doing amazingly well. Yeah, but you know, sometimes we get stuck in our own heads. It's a mental journey as well. It's a mental and emotional journey. That's what people don't understand. This is not just about physically getting fat off of your body. Being fat is an experience. Like, okay. You know how like sometimes wealthy people can be out of touch? Like if they're born into money, they can be a bit out of touch with like real life shit. It's the same thing with thin people. Certain things you just never think about. And as an overweight person, certain things you just always think about. Like whether or not you're going to fit in certain places or how far something is before you walk, or like shopping and being concerned whether or not you can find your size. I'm finally giving in to getting a new bra. It just is what it is. Like the bras I have, they don't fit. They don't fit. I was struggling to get rid of them because some of them are fairly new. Like I'm talking about, I bought them this year new, and I never really got a chance to wear them. So now I'm trying to wear them, and I'm like, wow, this is goofy. They're so big, and I'm still trying to wear them. But yeah, it's an experience. You know, living in an overweight body, and you get used to thinking like a fat person. You get used to seeing things through the point of view, through the lens of a fat person. You just do. You just do. You get used to it. So when you are no longer in that body, or when you're transitioned out of that body, sometimes the mind takes a while to catch up. Now, I ain't no therapist. I can't help you with that. But that's how it feels for me. It feels like my mind is like still at 220 pounds while my body is at 186 pounds, which like even saying it just makes me like, It's like, that's not real. Like I get averse to even saying it out loud. It's like, no. Like, really? After so many, like, to me, 7 years is a long time. After so at least 7 years being over 200 pounds, hearing 180 something is just like, no, that's not real. Let's just move on. Let's just hurry up and get past that. Yes, you told me Skims. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm finally gonna pull the trigger on it. Like, even that I was still like procrastinating because I'm like, I'm averse to shopping right now. Like, I'm like, anything but shopping. I think I traumatized myself at my highest weight when I had to go shopping last year. And I couldn't really find things that would, like, I started sizing out of stuff that I could typically find online. That was rough. So I've been averse to shopping for the past year. I'll buy a couple things here and there. Like you said, Jen, buy a couple things at a time. But it's like a mental block. Like, I just, first of all, I'm a shopping addict. You know, I was getting emotional about my own stuff. I love to shop. This is the first time where I'm just like, anything but shopping. Anything but that. Like, when I tell y'all, for Europe, I don't have anything cute. All I have is tank tops and shorts. And that's you know what? Whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh well. That's what I got. There's a little part of me that's like a little bothered by that because I'm used to getting new stuff for a trip. But that's how I ended up with too many clothes in the first place. So I gotta go to Charlotte next weekend to visit a friend. We're gonna go to the mall, and we'll see if I can fit anything in the stores. I don't know. I haven't been shopping in a clothing store in forever, in a couple years. So I'm finally over the whole bra thing. I'm gonna just pull the trigger and get me a new bra. I did not want to, but I'm gonna do it. And shopping, I'm just like, ugh, gross. Like, when the fall comes, I have no choice. It's gonna get cold. I have nothing warm to wear. In fact, it might be a little chilly when I go to Europe. The Netherlands is a very strange country when it comes to weather and temperature. It's a very strange company. Like, country. I have to prepare to take a sweater with me, and I wasn't prepared for that at all. When I lost 80 pounds before and walked into the store, I went to the plus size section forgetting I was a size small, medium. Now I'm trying to get back to that. My lowest was 149 though. Oh, try Nordstrom. Also, they always have the off colors on sale and Saks. Is there a Nordstrom? I think there is a Nordstrom in Charlotte. Nordstrom. I I never really, big department stores give me anxiety. Like big huge clothing stores like a Macy's, um Nordstrom, Charlotte give me anxiety. But you know what? Okay, they do have one. Okay. No Amazon. Yeah, I shop on Amazon. I got these from Amazon. And these are in a large and they fit, but they're starting not to. But I'm not ready to change them because a medium I feel would be too small. And that's another thing. Like, I don't know my size. I don't know my size. Like, I'm gonna have to experiment with sizes. And I like to get stuff from Amazon because they do free returns most of the time. If you have Prime, they do free returns. I think the high that came from shopping has dulled for me. Might be the GLP-1 and not wanting to overdo it before reaching my goal weight. You know what? I had not considered that it might be the GLP-1, but I really like was a fairly, I mean, I think it's fair to say a shopping addict, somewhat. Like, I was aware of it, so I was like trying to control it. Like, I had learned to stop. Yeah. Yeah, I had already learned to like rein in my spending before getting on, like, about 8 months before getting on a GLP-1. So maybe it has helped. I'm not sure. But now I'm just like completely averse to it. I don't want to do it at all. For the Skims bras, but Amazon's good also online. Okay, yeah, Skims online. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna be at the mall anyway. Um, I'm gonna get me a backup bra from Victoria's Secret in case the Skims bra doesn't come in time because I leave on the first. It should. Like, if I order it today, it should come on time. We'll see. Look at the measurements. That's another thing. I don't know my measurement. I gotta go to Victoria's Secret to get my size. So is Skims small, medium, large, or is it like 38, 36? Because 38s don't fit me no more. So I don't know what size I am. But I can go get measured at Victoria's Secret. And I'm at a point where like I'm preferring sports bras, but I like push-up bras too. I like push-up and strapless bras. I like a variety of bras. I just found them to be overpriced at Victoria's Secret, but typically they're the only ones that have my size. So when I was a double D, I never thought in my life I would say was a double D. Was like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for some relief, but damn, they've just like completely been destroyed, completely deflated, completely. It's a hot mess. All right, everybody, start saying your goodbyes. If you haven't already, definitely consider becoming a member. Subscribe, right? Subscribe, but consider becoming a member. If you probably can't click the link. Now I realize that that's pinned, but you can copy and paste it into your browser, or you can go to my community tab and click the link to become a member. You'll get a cute, adorable vein badge. Guys, it's 2025. It's okay to have a little pink. I'm only saying pink because after black, it's gonna turn pink. All right, guys, let's not be like that. Let's not be like that. Okay. Um, make sure you subscribe, hit the like, share. Well, I guess you don't need to share it now, but I guess you can share it after. It's fine. So we're doing a dual stream tomorrow. I haven't been in a physical store. I have tried the measurements of everything and ordered online. My sister bought Skims, but she didn't like it. She's bigger too. Okay. I want to try it though. I want to try it because I want something that will at least adjust with me. Like if it has enough elastic, I'll be able to wear it for at least another like 20 or 30 pounds. Skims isn't for bigger breasts. Okay. All right. That's probably what it is. Is she like spilling out of it, Journey of Life? I don't think I'm a C. I don't think I'm a C cup, but I'm definitely not a double D anymore. Like if I go to Victoria's Secret to get measured and they still put me at a double D, I would be very surprised because my double D cups feel big. They feel big, but maybe I am still a double D, but the band is smaller. So maybe Skims wouldn't work for me either yet. I don't know, but I need to go see what they say. I need to go see what they say. So we're gonna do a dual stream tomorrow. We're reviewing Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast's 100-pound challenge for his friend. We're reviewing that at night. We are doing a very late stream tomorrow night. Or was that supposed to be tonight? I'm lying. Hold on, let me look at my calendar. It's 1 o'clock now. I think that was supposed to be tonight. Okay, tonight I will be back to review Mr. Beast's 100-pound weight loss challenge for his friend, but it's gonna be late. Typically it's the same crowd, which I don't know when y'all get no sleep, but I like to do some of the later streams so that other people can join, because some people prefer the morning, some people prefer the evening, and I was behind, so I wanted to do 2 streams in one day. So we'll do Mr. Beast tonight. It seems very interesting. The challenge is if he put his friend in a controlled environment with trainers and a kitchen and exercise equipment, and if his friend lost 100 pounds, he would gift him $100,000. I think that's interesting. I think the idea of a controlled environment aiding in weight loss is flawed, because you're still forcing a constraint on that person. So when they are free from that environment, they have to make the right decisions. So I think a controlled environment is a flawed approach. Just so y'all know my mindset going into it, but we will see. We will see. Okay, and then tomorrow we're talking diets, good and bad. I'm not sure if I'm gonna review one of Taisha's videos, but I might. But because now I have a couple of different content creators that I can review. So we may or may not do a review at all. But I know we have 2 vegans. We got Teddy and Taisha. And we have We don't have anybody carnivore. We don't have anybody keto, but we do have OMAD. Who was doing OMAD? And I told them to stop it. Stop it. Was it you, Journey of Life? Who was doing OMAD? And I told them to stop it. Jen! Jen. All they did was tell me to hush. Maybe I should hush. I read the comment. I just ignored it. And that shit said, message deleted by Jen. Oh, well. I don't got no control over Jen. Jen. Oh, you wouldn't do the letter cup. Which one did you tell me to do then? Remind me real quick. Let me go to the website real quick before I get out of here because this is important. Mind you, if I posted about it in the community, you would likely see it. But you didn't tell me to do the letter cup. You told me to do... I thought I wrote it down, but I can never find my notes after I write them. You said... lining, no. Bra. What kind of bra did you tell me to get from Skims? I see t-shirt, strapless, full coverage, scoop, plunge. Those are the styles. Let me look at the t-shirt real quick. Let me look. Fits everybody. Yeah, it was you. OMAD, stop it. Okay, so we have fasters. Yeah, these are all cup sizes, Jen. So which one did you tell me to get? I went to the t-shirt bras, and those are cup sizes. So which ones aren't cup size? And if I look hard enough, I'll find it in my notes. But I'm lazy. I don't want to look. Just tell me again. Oh, okay. I prefer a sports bra. I was just saying that. So where do I find... Where do I find it? I don't see that as an option, though. Oh, is it under shapewear? Bralettes. Maybe that? Is it this one? Is it the bralette? And let me know why you wouldn't do the cup sizes. Let me know. Is it because I'm gonna? Is it because it's gonna change as I lose weight? Okay, so we got vegan. We got fast people that fast. We don't have a carnivore. You know what? If I do review something, maybe I'll review somebody that says they didn't change their diet at all. So we can just assume they're on the standard American. No, maybe they're not on the standard. Maybe they were already in a healthy diet. I'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. But we definitely got to talk about the diets tomorrow. And I guess I can give my opinion at the end. I was gonna say I don't really have an opinion one way or another, but yeah, like so. Whereas Teddy and Taisha lean more toward veganism, low fat, I lean more toward carnivore, high fat, high protein. But I'm not carnivore. I lean in carnivore's direction, low produce, high protein, high fat, or moderate protein, moderate fat right now. But I'm transitioning to high protein, high fat in order to help with the satiety until I can get to 10 milligram. Oh, you can't see. It says bralette. Like, let me click on it. Are you talking about these? You will outsize them. Okay. All right. So I see what you mean. Okay, so go with the I'm gonna wait for you to comment, but you probably mean the bralette. Okay. Because those are the sports bra looking ones that I see. They're in the shapewear section instead of the bra section. They got waist trainers? Do y'all have waist trainers? Do y'all do that? Do y'all waist train? I have them, but I don't use them. Okay. The bralettes will work. I think. Well, I don't know if I'm... Well, let me see what sizes they come in, because I might still be too big for them. Hold on, let me see. Bralettes. What sizes do they come in? Oh, they go up to an extra large. Oh, they go up to a 4X. Okay. Size guide. So the 39 to 41 would be a large. Oh, I'm probably a medium. That's 36 to 38. Oh yeah, I'm probably a medium for those. 39 to 41 for bust is way too big. 36 and a half to 38 and a half. Even that I might size out of, but I could probably wear that now. But that 38 and a half is too big. But being closer to it, I'm probably closer to a 36 now, which means I won't be at a 36 for long, which means I'm probably going to end up at a small. So I'll buy one, maybe two, maybe two. They're expensive. Okay, maybe I'll buy two. I'll buy two. I'll buy two. I'll buy two. Scoops bralette. Okay. I got the seamless sculpt bralette. Skims everybody fits scoops bralette. Let me see. Scoop fits everybody. Okay, there it is. Oh, I see. And then the size guide says 38 D would be a extra large. I know I'm not a 38, so 36 C would be a medium, and 36 D would be a large. So I'm probably the 36. I would go with a medium. I would rather it be a little bit too tight than a little bit too big when it comes to the bra, because I'm not going to regain the weight. All right. So I'm going to order two. I'm going to order two of the bralettes, and then we'll go from there. All right. So I'm getting out of here for the 87th time. Journey of life. Do not timestamp 16 exits. Okay. All right. Do not timestamp me leaving 17 times. Okay. All right. I like the sculpt. So I'm going to get the sculpt and the scoop. All right. All right. So I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you again, G's, for the super chat. Thank you to Michelle for becoming a member. And Jen, I think after 1 month, I'm not sure if you're a member on other, for other channels, but after a month, I think you get a free member message. Like the way people super chat, you'll get a member message that you can send, and it'll be highlighted in whatever. Alexis, where you been, girl? You always working. But don't worry, Alexis. We're going to be back tonight for a late night stream, and I think you're going to be there. Okay? All right? So we're going to be back tonight for a later stream. And remote work behavior. You always gone, girl. Turn on your notifications. No, because I don't need to be distracting you. Oh, wait, hold on. I just got a response, y'all. Hold on. Let me read this to y'all. Since y'all on here. Now, Journey of Life, they commented back to me. Remember this? The one that you commented on? So I said, are those supplements FDA approved? The channel holder says, and mind you, they saw my comment 2 days ago, but he's now responding because he probably had to go do a little bit of research because he didn't know. He's just letting that lady promote stuff on his channel. He says, yes, they are made in an FDA-approved facility in the United States. That ain't what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. I feel like I'm being no. I feel like some hairs are being split here. That ain't what I asked. I didn't ask where they were made. I said, are they FDA approved? I didn't ask if they were made in an FDA approved facility. Hold on. Let me look up the difference. No. Hold on. Are supplements FDA approved? No, the FDA does not approve dietary supplements for safety and effectiveness before they are sold to consumers. While the FDA regulates supplements, they are not subject to the same pre-market approval process as drugs. Manufacturers are responsible for ensuring their products are safe and their claims are truthful, but the FDA's oversight primarily occurs after products are already on the market. Okay, so FDA approved claims. No, let me see. FDA approved facility. It took him 2 days to give me this answer. Facility. Ah! Do it for me and Alexis on the West Coast. Oh yeah, we're gonna be live late. We're gonna be live late. Okay. The FDA does not quote unquote approve facilities in the way many people think. Instead, the FDA regulates facilities through registration and inspections, ensuring they meet specific safety and equality. Oh, I'm sorry, equality. Safety and quality standards. Facilities that handle FDA regulated products like food, drugs, and medical devices are required to register with the FDA and are subject to inspections to verify compliance with regulations. Well, that's not the same thing. Plus, I was just being a smartass when I asked him anyway, because he was on there. That doesn't mean they're approved. What the hell? He thinks we're stupid. That's why it took him 2 days to answer, because he needed to technically say yes, but no. I said, are those supplements FDA approved? Knowing they're not, because the FDA doesn't approve supplements. But so essentially what had happened was, oh my God, see, I'm never getting out of here, squirrel. Sidebar. Okay, last thing. What he has essentially said was the problem with, like, he was talking about the fact that people shouldn't be taking Ozempic and GLP-1 drugs for weight loss. This is a different video, one that we haven't reviewed yet. This is the one that Reindeer sent to me. He was saying that they shouldn't be taking these drugs for weight loss, because when the FDA approves a drug, the drug is supposed to be approved for a disease. So essentially he was saying, since obesity is not a disease, people shouldn't be taking this drug for weight loss. Flawed argument. It's a completely flawed argument. So at the end of the video, after telling you not to take Ozempic because it got lizard venom in it, no clarity, no specifications on what they meant. They just said lizard venom. I know what they meant because I looked it up, but they didn't clarify what they meant. So after saying all of that and bashing Ozempic and GLP-1s, they end off the video with supplements, with their own personal supplements. And I'm like, are those FDA approved? Now 2 days later, he's saying yes, they are, because they were made in a FDA approved facility. I'm not stupid. You ain't talking to just anybody. FDA approved facility don't mean the supplements FDA approved, because the FDA does not approve supplements. Okay, so that was the end of that. I'm gonna get out of here for real this time. I gotta go to the store. I gotta come back. I gotta get my hair ready, and I gotta cut this watermelon. I don't even think there's a knife big enough in this John to cut a watermelon that big. In fact, I don't know how to cut a watermelon that big. I gotta watch a video on how to do it. All right. So I will see y'all tonight. I don't have it scheduled yet, but originally I stayed on here too long. Originally I was aiming for 8 p.m., but it's probably going to be closer to 10 p.m., which should be perfectly fine, because when I got to my dad's house and did that stream at 10 p.m., y'all was rocking out with me till like 1 in the morning. Okay. So look out for the scheduled stream, and it'll be somewhere between 8 and 10. And then you can set your notification to remind you for that stream. All right. You just had watermelon. How long you been alive? 2 hours. Almost 3 hours. Too long. I've been on here too long. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. So I appreciate y'all. Goodbye. I love you all. Again, if you haven't, like, subscribe, share the video, consider becoming a member, and I will see y'all all in the next one, which will be tonight. But oh no, wait, no, one more thing. I'm sorry. No! Let me just show this real quick. I'm gonna do this in a smaller video too, like a shorter video, like 5 minutes. But let me show y'all real quick. Okay, so look. Oh no, wait. I didn't mean to turn off the camera. Hold on. Okay, look. So they don't have a gym. So I have a mirror here, right? Y'all, I've had these pants. I didn't come in here to do this, but now that we're in here, I've had these pants for ages and have never been able to fit them. And now they're on the verge of being too big, right? You see the little bagginess in it? I got on my orthopedic slides so they don't match. I'm sorry, don't look at my toes. Don't look at it, no. But I've had these pants forever and they're on the verge of no longer fitting. So I thought now would be a great time to wear them before I gotta get rid of them. Okay, so let me show y'all what I'll be doing as far as my exercise. So they got a whole room in here. I do have my own yoga mat. And then they have a closet full of stuff that I can use. So I have a ball, a yoga mat, tons of free weights. Y'all see that? I got some roller equipment because I got to roll out for my hips. I have tons and tons and tons of free weights. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to pull it out and be nosy. I'm pretty sure it's something that has to do with exercise. I don't know. But yeah, so they have weights for me. Well, it's their weights, but obviously, you know, I'm going to use that. And then I have all of these resistance bands. I have all, like literally this is what my physical therapist office looks like. All of these resistance bands, which is going to be great. Like it's going to be super great. And then I have a slam ball, a 10-pound slam ball in my trunk and a 10-pound medicine ball. So I can do like my slam squats like that. I can do those. And then with the medicine ball, I'll be able to do the core, like holding it and then twisting, lunging, squatting, all of that. So that'll be great. And my sauna is 30 minutes away. Okay? All right. So I just wanted to show that real quick before I got out of here. Hey, Jessalee, hello. Hello. All right. And I will see y'all tonight. Okay, I'm leaving for real this time. Bye.